natural scent that to me, I'm just like, it's not as
we're
strong.
We're live. We made it. We made it.
But they smell like shit.
We made it.
I know what you're talking about. It's like you walk into someone's house and it's just like you have a smell to your entire existence.
Yes.
Some are better than others.
Yeah.
Some are like, how the fuck do you live?
Some are like, how are you still single? Like, you smell amazing.
All right. And welcome back to another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions, but at the end of the day, who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friends, Dylan and Michael.
Woo!
And on top of that, we're joined here by one of my oldest friends and former roommate. You can follow him on Twitter at Alaleo. Underscore, yeah, at the end of it. Sorry, I forgot.
No, you're all right.
But yeah, you got anything you want to plug before we jump into our shit?
No, man, just happy to be hanging out here with you guys.
Yeah, we're hanging out, having a good time. We spent some time outdoors. It's amazing, beautiful day out after the storm. But yes, before you listen to this episode, make sure you follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, on Instagram at WRKPodcast. And if you need links to anything, hit us up on our website, WRKPodcast.com. It'll send you anywhere you need to know, including our Patreon page, patreon.com/WRKPod. And that's where you can go and give us money.
Where we may or may not be posting nude pictures, in the near future.
We may have
semi-nude. I'm pretty sure they have like a nude policy, but semi-nude.
Okay, if you're looking for nude pictures, wait until we're gonna start streaming on Pornhub. It's gonna be absolutely incredible.
Onlyfans.com/WRKPod.
We got some ideas in the mix. So make sure you jump on the gravy train before it takes off, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Get on the ground floor. You never know. You might have a position waiting for you.
Well, the best way out is on the ground floor. So you don't want to invest too late when you're on the 32nd floor.
I would like to, maybe I plug some random kid I played a game against. He's streaming. His name is Quisp, KWISP 1567. It's some random Asian kid, and I kicked his ass, but I told him I would plug him on the show. So if you're by chance watching, like I asked you to, thanks for letting me kick your ass on a video game. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and outside of that, that's about all we got, right? We did the Patreon, the Twitter, and the Instagram. That's all we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't do anything. We don't do much.
Yeah,
we're not very.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll catch you after the groovy beat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Dylan and Michael's favorite week of the month. At least Dylan's favorite.
Oh yeah, it's always mine.
Yeah.
Until we might talk about Atlantis next week. That might be a pretty awesome episode.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
And then maybe black holes the next week. It could be an awesome.
A month to remember. Okay, at the WRK podcast, it's gonna be a month to remember.
But save the interesting topics for later. Today, we want to talk about how weird, creepy men, seduce and strangle and beat, people to death. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a curveball from what we normally talk about.
It's like it's okay
this
that we're
is a
having
very
dreams about it, right?
case, specific series of cases. I don't know. We're talking about the dating game killer. You guys might have heard about them. It was actually a trending video on Watch Mojo like 6 months ago. Talked about him. And that's where I first heard about it. And then he randomly popped up in my encyclopedia. I have the book, The Encyclopedia of American Serial Killers. Read it.
I don't
fairly frequently.
I don't ever remember hearing about this. Has anyone besides AJ
Nope, not before.
No, have you?
No,
Nothing.
I have not actually. No.
It sounds like the first time you ever
I
said the
think I
dating
heard
game killer reminds me of the High CP song.
Yeah, well, the first time I heard it, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, I didn't know that was an actual show. I thought it was a joke.
although
That ICP joked about in a song.
I did kind of know about the show though
yeah.
because of did anyone else watch the movie Mallrats, a classic?
That's
Yeah.
Kevin
Jay-
Smith.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing movie, absolutely incredible. They had a thing on there referencing the dating game and talked about it being a show, and I was like, holy fuck, they used to do this? They used to sit people up on stages and shit and like just fucking, I don't know, man.
That's how you met people before Tinder,
what's
dude.
What's
Tinder and
The
Bumble
Bachelor?
changed the game.
I think
What's
there's a
different than The Bachelor?
that's true.
Pretty much the same
there's
thing.
yeah.
Well,
there's
they
that,
called them bachelors and bachelorettes
and
on
then
the
I
show.
think either
Yeah.
ABC or NBC brought back a more current version of it nowadays.
of
too.
the dating show.
I
or
think so, or it's like a blind date something.
man,
But I
the-
almost
the-
remember seeing commercials for it.
What
on
is it
network
called?
television.
The
It's
married
called
at
Blind
first,
Date, but he might be a serial
bro.
killer.
That's like married at first sight. When people, I've never seen the show, but I guess people get married at first sight.
Love after lockup, dude.
I think they need to do a
That's
dating
my
game.
favorite.
They need to do a dating game that's kind of like loosely fear factor based. Like,
You see how actually
eat these
timid you are
crickets,
before we
or-
start.
If you're not willing to drink donkey cum, you're not ready for
You're
it.
not ready.
You can't handle the truth.
I don't know. I think we'd be surprised at if you put a really good, you put a solid 10 there on the stage and said if you drink donkey cum, this is what you're gonna get.
If they
I
drink
think-
donkey cum, they fuck. Like obviously,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's about sex.
If you drink donkey cum and that's all you got to do, you know how many guys would just be like, they'd be playing it in their head. Okay, it's not gay 'cause it's a donkey.
It's not gay, it's a different species, man.
But the
You like
donkey's
talk to
still a
yourself like
guy.
your middle school football coach. Be like, all right, son, listen, you're gonna line up, you're gonna drink that donkey cum, you're gonna do it.
It's gonna build.
You're gonna bang that 10 over there. And that's
Give you a slap on a helmet and send you on your way.
go to a door and just ask some guy from fucking Arkansas or whatever. Just be like, fucking, you drink this, you get a fucker. You just grab. I guarantee any house you go to, just take it right out of your hand.
Chase it with Everclear, and then you're good to go.
You'd be like, so then do you want to go to the motel? And he'd be like, nah, I just was really thirsty. Thanks for stopping by. Not bad, but I've got my donkey cum tastes way better than that. So
my dad's donkey has way better tasting cum than that.
can't wait to tell Emma that for the first 5 minutes we talked about drinking donkey cum.
Oh, she'll listen to it.
She's not gonna believe it. She won't.
She's from Iowa. She knows. She knows
Yeah.
how it goes. We have people here that
It's just
fuck
some
sheep.
fear factor shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
It's
me.
just that fear factor shit.
Yeah, but now I'm sort of craving donkey cum.
I'm actually thirsty. You guys got anything else? Other than
Oh gosh.
You got
Okay.
anything
okay.
viscous in texture?
viscous?
Viscous.
What is viscous?
Viscous. Or
Thick.
viscous is
Thickness.
viscosity. So yeah, if something is viscous,
Ah.
it's very thick. If something lacks
Like-
viscosity, like alcohol doesn't lacks all viscosity, that's
Mine is
Like
very
the next- so the next
viscous.
time
It is
you
just
see-
pouring out like water.
The next time you see a girl, a thick girl in yoga pants, I want you to be like, damn, instead of being like, damn, that girl thick, I want you to be like, damn, that girl.
viscous.
Viscous. I
Almost
was
said
gonna say.
vascus
I was gonna
again.
say veniscus. I think that's like a disease you get or something.
I always thought viscous was like the rate of flow that it has.
It is, yeah, essentially.
Oh,
If
okay.
you have a fluid that's very viscous, that it has such a resistance to flow. So, like alcohol is the most non-viscous fluid on the planet. If you pour it down a stream, it is fast as fuck. But like you pour donkey cum down a chute,
It's very
it's gonna
viscous.
take a while.
Why donkey
We
cum?
got science
Fucking
facts
weirdo.
in
Chocolate syrup, sorry, whatever you want to do. I mean, mix chocolate syrup with your donkey cum.
I just heard this
Barnyard
notification.
syrup.
I got a notification on the screen. For some reason, it made me think it was a chat thing, and it says, "I'm down, sign me up." And I was like, "Dang!" I'm not gonna say the name, but I was like, "Weirdy."
If you
we got
donate enough to your Patreon,
You down for donkey cum? What up, dude?
We'll let you drink donkey cum on the show live.
Yeah, donate like
gonna be
10.
Howard Stern.
Donate $10 million, and we will drink donkey cum.
Look
No,
at mine
no
from
less.
AJ's basement. It's the Howard Stern show.
It's the AJ and Dylan.
AJ Stern show.
Yeah,
We're
can we-
drinking donkey cum today.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
You guys
I'd rather-
gotta have the same hair.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's gonna have to get a perm. You have to get a perm, I think.
You got the sunglasses right up there too that you can put on. You'll be fucking straight up AJ Stern.
We're gonna reenact the episode where he brings in a bunch of guys, the smallest penises, and just these guys are waiting in line holding their hands. I don't know why they all used two. They obviously didn't need both of them.
Well, it's a good thing I showed up today, boys, because I'm one of them.
Yeah, that was
Definitely
the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was crying.
Dude, I had to watch it on Pornhub.
I think that's probably where I watched it.
I had to watch it because you told me about it so many times, and then eventually I was like looking it up, and the only place I could find it was Pornhub.
You can tell, like
this dude is so fucking.
Like
funny.
they didn't want to make fun of them exactly, but they
didn't want to
also,
make fun of them to their face, but they wanted to make fun of them when they left the room.
They couldn't help it. As soon as someone just would, even I can't remember is it Michelle? I can't remember his partner's name.
I think it's Michelle.
But you could tell she just never wants to be that mean. Like, but she can't help it, man. I wouldn't either. So if someone was waiting in a line of like 20 guys naked, covering their dicks, and just shows
with two
them
hands,
like
they could have had one hand covering their face.
You have to look too. It's not like you're just so suspenseful. You have to look. You have to see how small their penis is.
It's like a bad car wreck. You can't look away.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
You know,
it's
an evolutionary.
You damn well want to.
So yeah. So
I wonder if any of the
enough coom talk.
Now that we got
back to serial. Can we transfer into serial killer? Have we
do
talked
it smoothly? No, but we can.
What serial killers? We've talked about serial killers, but what serial killers have we talked about that had the small dick? Because I can't remember. I think we talked about some that were like,
who's
that
the
people
guy?
in the jurors were like referencing how he had a small dick, and
not the jurors, but
the
who was the last serial killer we did? It was the last one.
Guy. Yeah. San Francisco dude.
Oh, the Golden State?
Oh, the Golden State Killer.
Golden State
Killer. They all talked about, he's like, yeah, I was getting raped, but he had a tiny dick.
I mean, maybe it was consensual.
Oh, my God.
Until he whipped it out, and they were like, no.
It's like, maybe you
he's over there balancing your fucking wedding china on top of your husband and be like, he's like, shut up, bitch.
Did you ever hear about that guy, Alex, the Golden State Killer?
I've heard of him. Yeah,
he got caught doing was it the 23andMe? The DNA test.
That's how they got him. Yeah.
No, it was a family member.
Oh yeah, a family member did it, and through that, it's like, holy fuck, dude.
Shout out to
yeah. So yeah, if you do 23andMe, just know that you're sending your biological Ghiblies to the.
What if my
DNA?
What if my
DNA did not come to my head? So I said Ghiblies.
Your biological Ghiblies.
You're sending all that information to the FBI.
That's way better than DNA. Though.
Ghibli splicing.
My biological Ghiblies.
I'm gonna pump you full of my biological Ghiblies.
You want to know what my Ghiblies taste like?
It's a Ghibli pie.
That's, I mean, but what if like you're,
Yeah, it's like a third relative. Like it wasn't even like a close relative.
Right. They show up at her house. She's like 16. They just break in the door and point guns at her. Where were you the night 20 years ago? Like, where were you 30 years ago?
In my dad's balls. I was 16-year-old. I was in my dad's balls. Leave me alone.
Dude, she would have gotten
text.
She'd have gotten shot.
She would have she would have TikToked the whole thing.
Is that what it takes to find out that one of your cousins, like, what if it's someone you really hate in your family and you're like, I'm gonna get DNA tested just in case because I think they're a murderer. Like, you really, for your whole life, you're like, bro, I think that guy fucking kills people.
That guy spends way too much time with the chickens.
Yeah. What are you doing out there with the sheep?
At least that's what cousins around our neck of the woods that are weird do. Is I just spend way too much time with the chickens.
Yeah, it's a scary dude.
He talks to them. It's weird. He named one of them Gertha.
Farmers have to have some weird thoughts, when they're working with all their animals.
I fucking think about this all the time, and it's not an original thought by me, but like the fucker who discovered milk, what the fuck was he doing with those cows?
Well, he saw the baby cow sucking.
Drinking out that thing.
I guess that's true.
He's like, man, that tastes way better than my wife's teeth.
That's probably obviously how it happened, but also like,
but he has to be. He also has to befriend the
like,
cow. He has to befriend. He like brings food to the cow, like starts feeding the cow, and like, petting it,
Takes it on
and
a
he just
date
like
and shit.
he like keeps just getting more, and then all of a sudden when the other baby cows run up, he like crawls on his hands and knees and just starts sucking on it. I'm like,
sucking cow.
I don't know, man. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just the cow thinks it's cow coon. Who knows?
Yeah.
dude, yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I
when
don't
they're
know.
pregnant like that, they actually have to.
You got
like,
6
You have
nipples.
to
What's the
release it,
point?
otherwise
Right.
they get like this thing called mastitis and stuff, and it'll get infected.
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah,
it
so-
solidify or some shit?
Yeah,
Is that the
it's like
same
cottage
with?
cheese,
Is it
you
the
just
same
squirt
with
it
girl
out there.
boobs?
It is.
Like they
it
have
is.
to pump, right?
You absolutely have to pump, whether you're
Yeah.
breastfeeding or not.
Right.
You do have to like get it out, otherwise
Yeah.
it can. I believe it can solidify,
Yeah, it's
like
called
almost like
mastitis.
calcium. Yeah, almost
Yeah.
like calcium deposits.
Like I know
or something.
I have a low chance of getting that, but I still pump just in case.
Good on you, man. You're taking the
Take the
you're taking right
strides.
step.
Take
Yeah,
the strides.
absolutely.
I mean, my milk comes
We
from
haven't even
somewhere
said
else,
this guy's
but
name yet.
it still tastes
Like
good.
15 minutes in, we haven't said this guy's name.
This
Talking about
guy's
Donkey
name,
Kong and cow
AJ.
tits
Give
and
us this
fucking-
guy's name.
So on August 23rd, 1943, Rodrigo Yaquis Alcala
yeah, his name's fucking
Vicor,
weird.
later known as Rodney Alcala, unfortunately came into the world in San Antonio, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And
This
further
is
about
what
shit.
year was it? It was
43.
43.
So in the
Yep.
heart, pretty much in the heart of American development in World War II.
Right.
A year into it. Yeah.
But yeah,
So his
continue.
basically, like we talk about all the time on the show, the mom should have swallowed. When we talk about these fucking dude, can you imagine like if it's like, man, that one was sour, and like if it was like inside of you, and like and you raised a serial killer, you're like, what goes on in the mother? You're just like, man, I should have swallowed.
I mean,
like, the
as a
mom.
mother, you always have to love your child no matter what.
I don't know, dude. If I had a kid,
Hey, Bueller, thanks for joining us. We're just talking. We were talking about Donkey Kong and all this other stuff, and not Donkey Kong,
Donkey Coon.
Donkey Coon.
we're still talking about swallowing some coom.
yeah.
And what this guy should have been swallowed or dripped down the leg or something.
Yeah, right on the
Like-
back.
You go right down the back.
Okay. Real question. Okay, let's say you could go back in time, and it was up to us. Like it was only up to you.
That's a lot
And
of
they
pressure.
said you have to go back in time and swallow the coom of the serial killer. Would you swallow the coom to save, all the lives that he took?
Yes, I would swallow Adolf
You'd
Hitler's
have to.
dad's
Well,
coom.
that's no. Everyone would swallow Adolf.
I was like, probably
Everyone would swallow Adolf for sure. Like that's a given. If you didn't, then you're a
Are you
fucking.
talking an American
but
serial killer?
you're
No, I'm
eating
talking.
and
I'm
abetting at
talking
that
about a
point.
guy who's killed like 10 people. I mean, are those 10 lives worth it to you to go back and drink the coom?
I would literally have to go back and do research on like the most severe and like torturous deaths, and then add a number to that, and then
we talk about these guys, but remember the Wild West existed, and that's a really hard discussion to talk. Like when you're talking about Wild West, like Wild Wild West and shit, not with Will Smith, before Will Smith.
like John Wayne and shit.
Yeah, well, even before John Wayne, we're talking like actual Hell on Wheels, Wild West. Like there was some shit going down where there's the notoriety of outlaws and bandits and shit like that, and we don't even register that in today's. We're just talking about
Current
70s to 2020
Right. I mean, you
serial
got-
killers,
like-
and then randomly it's just like Jack the Ripper. But dude, there's so no.
Because you got to think of Columbus's crew too. Like when they sailed over here and like took the Native Americans' land, they raped and fucking pillaged
Right.
all of those
And I mean,
motherfuckers,
you
too.
could've-
And the Vikings did it before he did, even.
And I think that's
It was
for other
fun
people
back
to
in the
think
day.
that it was for other people,
Yeah.
for those to think about those guys to say I would swallow them as a child. But I'm gonna remind me to bring this question back when we're fully done with this episode. It's up to us four to swallow the coom of this
All
man.
right, so let me.
You know what
let me
I would
put this
do?
out there.
No, here's
Not
here's,
the coom of this
here's-
man, the coom
here's-
of this man's fuck.
here's what I would do. Okay, so we're talking about mass murderers. Are we talking about just the person that kills someone, or like an ideology that follows the person that kills someone.
Like
I would-
Genghis Khan, dude.
No, even better than that.
Okay.
I would go back in time and I would swallow that coom from God and prevent Jesus Christ from being born.
Dude, a lot of Christians are gonna be really pissed.
prevent Jesus Christ.
I would
No
have
crusade.
You telling me you'd put the longest world running
But then I'd
club
be-
in
then-
jeopardy?
Then I would have God's coom inside.
I
me.
would
Well,
suck.
eventually
I would
the Jews
suck
stop-
Jesus
I
out
would
of
come- I
Mary's
would come back-
vagina.
I would come back to 2020 with Jesus powers.
I
I'd
would-
be like, oh, you're trying to stay sober today? Drinking water? Nope. Bam, wine.
I would just swallow my dad so I can go back to taking my lifelong nap or whatever.
Yeah. Bro, I would suck fucking Jesus out of Mary's pussy, man. I just
You don't even know what she looked like, bro. She was
She was
probably fat.
dude. She was probably banging though. Like, if you got impregnated by God,
I mean, okay, let's just say
there's
let's-
no way in hell you're like.
I don't mean to
she
bring
was-
this
That's-
up.
She was
I'm not
God's not
like-
out here fucking fours, dude.
Look at her. She's right there behind fucking.
Damn.
She's right behind. Like
Yeah,
you
she's
wouldn't.
pretty-
fuck that.
I'd
I would
smash.
tap
She's pretty
that.
thick.
I'd fuck that.
God's not out here fucking fours.
But I mean, let's just say
God
that's
only
what,
bangs.
okay.
nines.
Let's say the theory that she banged someone else because she maybe Mary. I'm gonna piss a lot of Christians off, but maybe Mary was a hoe. Maybe had relations
Mary
with
wasn't
someone
even
else.
a Christian, so why would they get mad?
Maybe she was a hoe. So let's just say this: if she's out here banging anyone she wants, she got to be thick. She got to be looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, she has to be.
She probably was banging.
She
I
probably was
believe it.
banging.
I believe it.
Maybe not. I don't know, man. She probably was really fucking ugly.
For that time.
For that time.
she was probably a 10.
Yes.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
No doubt.
100%.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, before
wouldn't make it-
Instagram, fucking people in our town were 10s.
I mean, you've seen like full body
No way.
depictions of Mary. Like she wasn't like 400 pounds. I mean, I go by,
Yeah,
she ain't
yeah.
280, she ain't a lady, but like this chick was like, she was fucking
Curvy.
curvy,
A
thick,
curvy lady with a hijab on.
thick with 2 C's.
That's I mean that's
It was the times,
that's
man.
what they
It was the
thought
times.
back in the fucking Aztec days. You had a fucking fat ass bitch. That was candy.
Nice and squat.
That was dinner.
Mm.
That was you would pray to your God to fucking lay with the fattest chick you could find.
Right.
If you could fuck the fattest fucking chick in the world, you were like, dude, check me out. Last night I was fucking my bitch and she broke my pelvis.
Jesus Christ.
All right, what was his name again?
Yeah. So Rodney Alcala. His father's name was Raul. His mother's name was Anna Maria. His aunt, the Nina, and his other aunt, the Pinta.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you did there.
I
I
literally
didn't
saw
expect
the
Columbus
anime.
to
I
come
saw
and do
the
it before
anime.
that.
Right.
Oh my God.
I like it.
That just
Fuck.
that was coom to my ears, man.
It was a little bit.
So in 1951, his family moves to Mexico, but his dad left the family 3 years after they moved to Mexico.
Which did you ever find out why? Because I don't think it really
No,
talks about it.
I-
I mean, it's just a classic abandonment. You
Just-
know?
Okay, so right
He-
then and
he went
there,
out- he went out
he's
for
got
milk and
abandonment
cigarettes.
issues. Yeah, well,
Why'd they go out to Mexico?
Well, they found out they had better cigarettes and better milk.
and
then-
crack was
and then
really
the dad
easy
just
to
never
get.
came back.
the cows tasted way better.
Yeah,
I thought happy cows come.
the
from
donkey
California.
coom was like next level. I don't know what they were giving those donkeys, but
But so when he was around 11 years old, his mother and siblings moved to Los Angeles. And then there's like a big time gap of anything you can find out about him, or at least that I could find out about him. So at age 17, in 1960, he became a clerk in the U.S. Army. And while he was in the Army, he went AWOL in 1964 and left his post and hitchhiked back to his mom's house.
like he was just like fuck, like I don't feel so good. I'm just gonna walk back home. Just gonna see if strangers will give me a ride and shit. I don't know. I think that's fucking weird. Like you said, we don't know a whole lot about him from 11 to 17. Usually when we talk about these serial killers, it is like we are getting the fucking we are getting the info we want, the info we need. Like we already got that his dad left. but we usually get way more information than that. That it's like,
Yeah,
so that's why this kid was.
Yeah,
that's
there's
why
like an
this guy
explanation.
killed people. You know.
Right.
I thought that was a soundbite for a second.
I
I
did
was
too.
like,
I was
yeah.
like,
I was
okay.
like, yeah. I
It's
mean,
just my ringtone.
I
it
didn't know
told me it
triggered
would
that.
blow my mind. I was like, sure, man. I still yet to see the movie, but the fact
like
that
when we
he's
talked
just,
about Ed Kemp and how he was locked in the cellar for like
Right.
6 years of his life,
just
and his
yeah.
mom would
you
just
guys
like
weren't?
throw. His mom would just like throw food down the stairs and be like,
my mom
"Here you go,
used
you
a
freak.
slingshot, dude.
Open your mouth. Here comes a chicken nugget. You fucking,
You weird looking freak.
you fucking ginger."
You
God
fucking!
damn.
I saw you skin the neighbor's cat. Okay, you're not coming back up. Okay, imagine that. Well, I would back in the day if you skinned your neighbor's cat or fucked with the animals, like which some of the serial killers did. A lot of the serial killers did. I mean, I would probably chain my kid in the basement too. You know.
But mom, my only friend is a kid that lives in the bottom of the well.
Yeah. Bro.
And his name's Rodney.
His name's Rodney.
But anyways, yeah.
His
so
name's Rodney. He's not born yet, but he's gonna kill people.
he goes AWOL, hitchhikes back to his mom. That was in 1964. Let's see. Shit. I'm not really good with my dates here, but
So, while he was in the army, he went AWOL. When he was detained by the military, a military psychiatrist was tasked with running tests with him. And at that point, his mental status changed from being normal to being anti-personality disorder. And that led to him being medically discharged from the army, which when the first time I read army psychiatrist, I thought of like a 20-year-old dude with like a cigarette and the helmet on with like the fucking what's the movie with Charlie Sheen?
Oh shit. Platoon, right?
Platoon, yeah, the platoon helmet with like the mesh over it,
Right.
and then just like an M4 over his shoulder, like
"Yeah,
smoking
you're
and being like, what are you complaining about? What's your problem? What's your problem? Also, if you hear any banging, it's because of the studio dog.
Okay, so what did you end up researching, like what, like that, like the army psychologist, like I guess for that time back then, were they actually worth a shit, or were they just like, were they
I don't know,
actually sitting there with an M4 on their back smoking a cigarette?
If
this
it's
guy's a little fucked up.
if they're getting paid by the U.S. government, I just want to assume they were worth the shit, but they probably weren't.
I mean, there's a lot of people, especially right now, that are paid by the U.S. government that are not worth a shit.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying they probably weren't. But
Okay.
I like to assume that they
I think
were.
though with I went.
I mean, they
to-
medically discharged him, and he ended up killing like 12 people. So they did their
They-
job
They
correctly.
probably called it on the spot. But think about that. They
They're like,
probably,
you're not right for us.
they
Like,
probably
we're gonna
said
send
that
you
to
to
everyone.
Vietnam, and you're gonna be fucking weird.
That's
We don't want that.
That's it. That's almost interesting though, in the sense that wouldn't you want, being an army, wouldn't you want pure born and bred killers on your team?
Nope.
Psychopaths.
Nope.
You want
But
train.
I'm
You want
not-
trained people that feel remorse of
yeah,
what they
no,
did.
yeah, you want good people that are gonna fucking go home and shoot themselves because they like
People
you know,
you can
Yeah,
brainwash.
it equals out. It evens out.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. We got a lot of.
I honestly though,
we actually have we have a
kinda
large
like,
amount of like Iowa National Guard people that watch the show. But
no, all the respect to them. I'm just saying.
no, I was just,
that's
not what
interesting.
you said. Well, I was clarifying that. What I said.
Yeah,
was
you're
a
in the
joke.
clear. They're gonna burn AJ's house down.
Yep.
Please don't.
If you go
But
to
I mean, think about it though. I think they did what they had to do because
No,
if
100%.
you label every single person that comes into the office as like what does it say? Fucking antisocial personality disorder, schizophrenic, or
I am
narcissistic
antisocial.
personality disorder.
Right.
Like all you have to do is just have one of the people you labeled them as kill a bunch of people, and you're like, yeah, I guess we were right. I think we know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
want
they
that
weren't good at their
person-
job, so they did see it coming.
Hey, dude, I can't believe it, dude. Did you see that? That guy killed like 10 people, dude. We got it.
The fact
they
that this
just
guy
want the
got
right one.
They want to come back and write like an article about us, dude. This is fucking nuts.
the fact they kicked that guy out in between Korea and Vietnam was perfect because we all saw Platoon. Like,
Oh yeah.
What's that?
I did
God,
not see Platoon.
I've asked this
You've
so
not
many
seen
times on the
Platoon?
show and I never remember. There's this town called like Lao something in Vietnam where they just like burned, pillaged, and raped so many
Isn't
people.
that like
It was just like
Lao?
it
Or
was
is that
like,
China. I don't know.
but it was like just like a squadron of just complete savages in the U.S. Army, just burned, pillaged, and raped the whole fucking town.
Friday
Man.
night.
Did you say Friday night? Did you say Friday night?
Sounds like a normal Friday night to me, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean like 3 days ago?
Yeah, where do you go on your weekends, Mike? We never see you.
I need to party with you more. Apparently.
All the boogie
You
shit.
party with a fucking flamethrower? It'd be so easy to light my cigarettes. I don't even need to do a
Seriously,
bit.
I got one. You got a light right now?
Yeah. So where from? I see. This is another time
So
gap.
from the army, like, is there any information?
No, there was nothing that I could find. I mean, I'm sure.
Right.
there's
It's
shit.
very. I mean, this is back in the day. I mean, I don't know if we've talked
Well,
about.
and he also
what-
went by
what's up?
like aliases.
Right.
Like
right.
he was doing jobs under like 3 different names. One of them we'll get into in a little bit. But so he went to, after leaving the army, he went to UCLA to study fine arts and he graduated. So I think at this point in the show, this is the most successful serial killer that we've talked about.
He actually has a college degree.
Yeah, he gets 2.
I mean, in fine
gets
arts.
2 of
that's-
them.
You got 2.
He got 2,
Holy
but
shit.
under different names though. But he got 2 college degrees.
I mean,
And,
did we ever talk about what? This is just I'm just quick question on Aleister Crowley. Did he graduate? Because I know he went to college, but did he?
No, he got expelled because
that's
he was
right.
part of
That's
the
right.
Silver Circle or the Golden
Yeah.
Circle or whatever.
Silver serpent.
Never. Yeah. So this guy might
The
be.
green barracuda.
Might be.
But
one of
Aleister Crowley wasn't even a serial killer. He was just a fucking weird cult leader
the-
that we
Yeah.
did a 2-part episode
I'm
on.
just trying to remember.
And if you
I
want to
feel
watch
like
a cool
we-
episode, go check that
we
out.
definitely had to talk though. Some serial killers we have been like, wow, like they were established. They went to college. I can't
Dude,
remember.
this guy
like-
had like, he was registered with his IQ of 160.
Jeez.
Hold on.
That's more than Dolph Lundgren.
Crowley was, or this guy?
No, this guy.
This guy.
Crowley was a. That guy had to have been dumber than fucking
You
a
said
bag
plus.
of rocks.
You said plus 160.
No, IQ of 160.
Dude, when you look like
Yeah,
that, you
which-
just
which-
you
which
just
you-
born
if you-
smart. Like
if you hit 150, I think you're
I thought
invited
Genius
to
was
a
180.
club. No, Genius, like there's a club run by the UK what the fuck do you call it? Monarchy? And it's like the Genius Club, but you score 150 and you're in. Like
The
Dolph Lundgren is in that club.
Oh shit!
They come to your house like the
it was
FBI.
Dolph
the,
Lundgren.
the dude that lost in Rocky 3, the giant fucking Russian dude that
Oh,
he's in the Expendables. He's like the guy who talks like this, baby.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Fucking genius.
Awesome.
Oh shit! Interesting.
That could be a rocket scientist, but he was like, I want to be an actor.
I mean, dude, Ashton Kutcher
I'm
played
a-
one of the best
I'm a
dumb
7
idiots
foot
you could ever
3.
imagine, and is just out there making moves more
7
than any other fucking actor out there.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher. You mean the guy that saved more people from human trafficking than the United States government in the last 8 years?
Damn.
Guy's a fucking
And
G.
he's fucking.
I will
born,
show-
baby.
Yeah. Cornbread,
We
corn
don't
fed.
We don't take that shit in Iowa. We will fucking string
No,
you
you
up.
want to fuck with kids? We're gonna fuck you.
If we know you're fucking with kids, we are gonna fucking strangle you and torture you and laugh while we do it.
We talked about it last episode, Hunger Games style, all the way.
Yeah,
Epstein's Island
Epstein
turned into
Island.
Hunger Games style.
I told him and Beeler about it.
fight to the death, bitch.
And I will fucking smile my fucking ass off while I murder you.
I'll
if you're
pay per
fucking
view
with
that
kids.
shit.
Oh my god, I'll sell it on the internet.
You know how there was like districts in Hunger Games where it was like if you were in like the richest
District 9.
if you were like
Yeah.
District 1, like there were people who like were like fighters who wanted to go on the island and
The
kill.
gladiators.
Imagine this. There's gonna be people who get invited to go, like MMA fighters who are like, okay, well, you want to go on the island and kill these people? Go ahead, dude. Like, that's I mean,
Not
yeah,
people, pedophiles.
pedophiles. Yeah, they're not people.
Which will come up later too, which I did not expect at all.
So we got UCLA, graduated School of Fine Arts.
How old is he around here? Like
shit,
Like probably 24.
yeah. What was it when he 64? He was 21 when he did the when he left the military. I think he was around like 21 when he did that. So it was around 21 to 24 when he went to UCLA.
When he graduated. So we'll say he did a 4-year program at UCLA. I didn't find any years when I was looking into him. I just found like
I know that his first victim was like 23, so he probably only did like 2 years then.
But so he did UCLA, and then success didn't last long for this serial killer. In 1968, he fell under the police's radar for the rape of an 8-year-old girl, where he got away from the police, but a neighbor reported that he was luring a young child into his apartment, and he brutalized her and raped her, and then left the apartment when the police sirens started coming, and he moved to New York using a different name.
No shit.
Yep, and this is where I didn't expect this to go. Where I said like we're like this pedophile shit. I didn't expect it to go this way when I started looking into it. So he moved to New York City and studied film at NYU under Roman Polanski.
I was gonna ask, since he studied film, did he have any successful, like, noteworthy projects that came out?
I don't think so.
No, was he involved with any project?
But he studied under in Roman Polanski. What was he? French or Russian? I can't remember.
No, he's an American. He's Jewish American, right?
Are you sure he wasn't like a fucking?
I'm pretty sure Roman. He's the director that has to live in Italy right now under.
Right. Maybe that's right. That's probably why I was
immunity.
thinking he's like Italian or something because I read it wrong.
So he lives in Italy under immunity because he has like 5 pending rape charges of children, and every year the Golden Globes are like, oh, we just need to forego Roman Polanski's charges and allegations so that he can come back and make films again.
Oh,
literally to the point where Meryl Streep is like the highest contender of people.
He's a Polish friend.
He directed.
That's what Polanski. Like it was either going to be Jewish or Polish.
Polanski, he was the. Me and Michael were talking about it the other night.
He was born in Paris.
He's a French citizen. That's why he's not extradited.
Mhm.
But me and Michael were talking about it the other night where he was the one that directed the movie. What's it called? Not Poltergeist.
No Country for Old.
The what's the one where the little girl died like mysteriously? The horror movie. Poltergeist.
Yeah, but that was Steven Spielberg.
Oh yeah, that's Steven Spielberg.
Let's look at.
But I was also part of that shit. So.
I'm gonna look this up, see what he directed, because that's actually I didn't even think about to look at what films he actually did.
Dude, it goes this. Like did fucking
he studied under like I don't know how much he studied under him.
He was his student,
but like
at NYU.
You think they were at like a meeting or something, and he's like fucking this guy Rodney's like yeah man, like I don't know, something about like little girls, and little boys and little kids, just fucking I think it's really rad, and Roman's like, oh yeah dude, like I think it's pretty rad too, dude, like what are you doing after this, dog? Like
I'm gonna go fuck a kid.
Damn.
You wanna come along?
Like, bro, dude, nice. That's probably how they talked. It was back in the day.
How they talked.
Well, that was shit. What was that? 68 or 60, 67, something like that.
68.
There's like 60, something like that. So I mean, what do they talk like? That was just going into the 70s.
Yeah, it was Beach Boys era.
Right. Gotta find a new place. I can't.
Don't do
You put some chocolate and some lobster and some eggs and some pies. Then you put
it in your body and you shit it all out.
I get around.
I get around.
No, but yeah, he was studying under Roman Polanski, who was if he were to land in a plane in the United States, he would be under arrest immediately.
Because of the charges he has against him and shit.
Yeah.
Or suspected, whatever the fuck.
It's straight up charges.
It is charges?
Yeah.
No shit. Interesting.
Like he would have boy pool parties where
All my homies.
where they would have child actors swim naked in a pool in his yard while grown men watch them swim.
Weird.
That was Roman Polanski, and that's what the people in Hollywood are. They're actively trying to be like, oh, we want him to be able to come back to America to make film because we don't want to travel to make film. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's who this fucking Big Chad Thundercock worked for.
Interesting.
Because he in film school, my understanding is that you work under someone and it's like on the job training, like trade school.
You're like an assistant, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he worked under Roman Polanski, who was later literally evicted from the country for pedophilia.
Damn.
I don't know, man. But it gets deeper than that.
Oh man,
I was gonna say
he was in Rush Hour 3. I didn't know that.
He was in Rush Hour 3.
In 2019, he was in a movie. A movie I think he either was in or directed.
Probably produced.
He was a listener at a concert in a movie called An Officer and a Spy. In 2019, I thought his allegations were his shit was
like
before
2005.
And he's still out here fucking in movies
literally
and shit.
It depends on where they filmed that scene at, though. At that point,
Yeah,
he could still could have been in the movie.
It was literally like the same year that Epstein's allegations came out too. That's what makes it really fucking fishy. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about this creepy motherfucker on the screen.
And I read something about, I'm not sure if this is past your timeline or where you want to go with this, but what his last victim that they found, wasn't it at the Rockefeller Center in New York or something like that?
His last victim was in L.A.
Oh, in L.A. Okay, I know. I can't. It might not. It wasn't his last one then, but one of his victims was actually found in at the Rockefeller Center in New York, like downtown fucking New York. So like that kind of, and
So, dude, I feel like
might have been his first victim.
But that all ties into the fucking pedophilia ring that would go on between.
That's why I was trying to think about it.
The Bilderbergs,
I was
fucking Epstein, and everything.
I was trying to think about that. If he worked
under
under Roman Polanski, and if they had maybe some of the same ideas and ties, because I mean, I don't know. That's weird. They were definitely in the ring, like you said. Roman Polanski was doing all these fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
How good of a chance? I feel like there's like a 50-50 chance that they would get along, in the sense that they both were doing fucked up shit,
Oh yeah.
Like they probably would have gotten along swell.
So
I don't know if either of them knew what the other one was up to, but
shit. Okay, I just found out what I was trying to say earlier. This was in 1977, as I was talking about. So after his second release, let's see.
Before we went on the dating game.
He traveled to New York, and then believed a week after arriving in Manhattan, he killed Ellen Jane Hoover, age of 23 or whatever. She was the daughter of the popular nightclub owners Ciro. So that's like, if you don't, it's a huge fucking Hollywood.
I didn't
club
know.
owner.
I thought it was.
But
I
she was
assumed...
actually the goddaughter of Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. And her remains were found on the grounds of Rockefeller Estate in West.
That's a
County.
fucking statement. That's not Dean Martin
and
Rockefeller.
She was the goddaughter of Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr., which is fucking crazy.
That's a fucking statement.
That's why I like, dude. Like,
that's not a coincidence.
That's why I read. That's where, like, I think it was that death right there. That is what made me think did Roman Polanski and this guy like how much? I mean, this is a fucking good-looking guy. People like good-looking guys.
Yeah, he won the dating
look
game.
at it. Let me
He
just say,
won
right
the
before-
dating game.
Right before we started, dude,
He looks like 3 people in the room right now.
dude.
If Michael wasn't wearing a hat, he'd look like 4 people in the room.
Dude, seriously, like that man, he could run he'd be a front man of like a fucking rock and roll
Yeah.
band back in the day.
He'd be the
Like,
front
what
man
the
of a
fuck?
fucking train on some
Like
trashy
I,
bitch, dude.
like I would almost suck his dick.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy's a
that's
beautiful.
good
That
looking-
guy's
Look at
beautiful
that
hair.
smile and those
Yeah.
eyes and the hair. Like,
He looks like the lead singer of the
God damn it.
Redbones.
Why you gotta
dude.
be shitty?
He looks like the guy you want
Dude,
on
he
your
literally,
team. He's
like,
up
I
front, he's
look-
real
oh,
nice
shit.
and personal. You know, he's really good and friendly. But then when you need him to get down and dirty, he just really gets fucking those crazy eyes, and he's just like,
He looks like he'd
I
say,
look at that picture and I all I hear in my head is "Come and Get Your Love" by the Redbones.
Come and get your love.
yeah, he looks.
Come and get your
yeah.
love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love now.
Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Get your love now. He is the front man of a band. You don't put him as a drummer. He's the best drummer in the world, but you make him sing, and he's terrible at it. But he just smiles, and
no
everyone's
shirt,
fucking.
just fucking up there with like a belt and the fucking.
We're talking about the
cowboy
'70s
boots.
here, boys. Like that is a fucking
How much coke do you think he did? He probably did a lot.
All over.
not as much as Alistair Crowley. I'll
Look at
tell you
those!
that
Look at
much.
those nostrils. Do they look pretty fucking ruined or what? I can't tell. They
They
look okay.
they
It
look
looks like
alright.
he got his nose broke at one point.
They look, yeah, you can see the fucking right in here, that little bump. But I have that too.
But we
You know,
didn't
if you
really-
look
No,
at
I'm,
mine-
I'm talking about the septum. The septum's off.
It didn't ever talk about him doing drugs
everybody's
though. I
perfect.
think did it ever talk? AJ, did you ever hear about him doing like being like a drug person? I can't remember. I don't think it ever talks about him
I never-
doing drugs.
I
He
or-
didn't
did.
see
He
anything.
did have. He did have one conviction that I read, and he sold
He had a lot
marijuana
of-
to
yeah,
a minor.
So
a lot of.
his tactic wasn't, "Hey kids, I got candy." It was like, "Bro,
Hey,
I got my weed, dude."
When
Did
he
you ever
was,
hear about weed?
Which I
when he was studying at
Jesus
NYU, he had a lot of like marijuana possessions and selling marijuana distribution charges.
Which I mean, if you're an artist, like if you're in the arts, like you better be fucking on something. Like all artists are fucked up to a certain extent. Like that's what makes their art so fucking crazy. I mean, like
But you need that chemical interaction in your body to make your art surpass.
abso-fucking-lutely. Like, you know, I mean, any musician, like, I don't know, like most musicians do fucking drugs. 100%. Motley Crue tried with that one album to be sober. It ended up being shit. And then they got on drugs again and made another killer album. It's just how it works. I mean, like if you're an artist, you're fucking doing something. Otherwise,
Dude, we
Yeah,
haven't
it was-
even gotten into the killing yet.
That's
Of
why
this
Eminem
episode.
sucks.
I'm fucking like my mind's just like, oh my god, we haven't got to the killing yet.
let's fucking hop into it. I'm curious.
Oh, there's more before the killing.
Mm.
Give it to me.
Wait your time. We're doing a timeline, Alex.
I'm impatient.
God damn it.
But time is irrelevant.
Time is relative.
It's very close. I'm pretty sure the first line on my next page of my notes is about the killings. But so over the next several years, like he really ramped up in New York City with his arrests and shit. These crimes including assaulting young girls, possession of drugs. He later admitted guilt when he was being tried in New York that he knocked a 15-year-old girl out, raped her, and then left her there, assuming she was dead. And he posed as using his film degree from the NYU that he was being her photographer.
Well, I think he talks about. I don't know if that is the one where it talks about him saying, he did a lot. Like he was when it talked about he was working for what was it, AJ? He was working for like one of the news places or whatever, and he just had a good alibi. He's like, dude, I'm a fucking news guy, dude. Like I'm a news dude. Check it out. Like you want to be famous, dude? Take your pants off. Bro, check it out. I'm building this portfolio. You gotta take your pants off, and then you're gonna be huge. You're gonna be famous. Just fucking come to my place.
It's like
smoke,
casting couch.
smoke some weed. I got weed. You think I don't got weed? I got weed. Like this guy he could pull out all the stops. And look at that guy. How do you not just trust that guy?
Anybody, I was gonna say anybody who is relatively good looking at if you're above a 7 or an 8, I'm probably gonna trust you just because you don't look shady. Like you look like like I'm not.
You're
gay.
being watched.
I'm not gay,
good,
but like if he was just like, hey, fuck me, I'd be like,
he's
I
trying to
think
get
about it.
young girls to do what?
What?
He's trying to. He's feigning that these young girls are going to be what? We're
Models.
close to the word of the day.
Prostitutes,
Models.
hookers.
Oh no, the word of the day was models.
Oh,
Ah, dang it!
has achieved it.
I thought it was gonna be prostitutes.
I thought it was prostitutes.
That's what I was thinking too. He like looked over at me. He's like, "Oh, I was super close." And then you said it. I was like, oh.
Models was a great word of the day. Are you sure I have to do Black Velvet?
Wasn't a model citizen.
Yeah, you can't do your fireball. That's
So
what you fucking hit a cheat code when you came into my house. I don't think so.
you gotta do 3
You
fireballs for the
think
price of one.
you think that you hit a cheat code when you walked into the studio?
I literally
that didn't happen,
dude.
I didn't see you do up down X, Y, R2.
I'm getting
Are you
goosebumps.
trying to do unlimited lives off of GTA San Andreas right now?
I was, but I was also trying to fix my boom mic, so my brain shut off because I was fixing my boom mic.
Up until about 4 years ago, and like all the weed and cocaine that I did, I used to remember the PlayStation 1 Frogger cheat code for infinite like health or unlimited lives. I used to remember that by heart.
Cars would literally crash over the front,
Yeah,
like
and you just
blow
like,
up
no,
into
I'm
the sky.
fucking good, man. It's all good. And then but I
Dude,
fucking
my favorite
forgot.
was one time I did a sleepover with my friend. We put in the cheat code.
What'd you guys do?
Every car that you hit, every car you hit starts floating away. And so you
Like
hit
low
in
gravity or
San
something.
Andreas?
in San Andreas.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we hit a car and we got out of the car, jumped on top of it, and we went to bed. And the next day we woke up and we jumped off of it without a parachute. And we're just like, oh my God, we're going to hit the ground. And it's just like so fucking like game breaking high.
Mm.
I love being game breaking high.
Yes.
Dude, I remember
Very
the
much
cheat
so.
codes are every game should just come with it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I
Like,
agree. Like
Especially if you're
did
Grand Theft
GTA
Auto
5
and Twisted
did
Metal.
they have cheat codes in
like
that one?
there should be that's like being a wizard.
Yeah, but
you know, that's
it
like
was
being
the same as like Grand Theft Auto 4 where you had to type it in the cell phone.
They should have like a game where it's literally it's like 5v5, but it's like who can cheat better at the game. It's it's like
They do. It's pretty much like modding, like online with like Grand Theft Auto, or especially like if you play Grand Theft Auto on PC or you play like, Grand Theft Auto on PC, like GTA 5 on PC. Like there's so many fucking modders. Like I saw on Reddit the other day, like this
Goku.
dude was just walking around and this modder gave him a giant long skinny bomb, and it would just put it as his dick, and he was just walking around with a giant bomb dick like all over the fucking place.
that's what dude. That guy probably
that's
would
what
have
I
done
fucking
really
want.
good. Same, like dude, it'd be so funny to see 5 hackers who can create the best hack that beats everyone
Cheers to
else,
models,
you know?
boys. It's the most kosher one we've done in a while.
Oh God.
I do a chaser because it's BV and I'm a bitch.
I hate BV. Fuck.
Who likes BV except fucking poor Canadians?
These guys. Oh,
You,
I don't
you
like
are
BV.
a poor Canadian.
I'm not a poor Canadian.
I've known you long enough. You are a poor Canadian.
You look like a poor
Just because we
Canadian.
live together doesn't make me a poor Canadian.
We were both poor Canadians.
You goddamn
I
poser.
still am a poor Canadian, but I still don't like BV.
Oh, I didn't like it. If that makes you guys feel any better,
yeah, but
I
the
didn't like
taste
it.
is God. That taste is fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah, it's like gasoline in your eyes.
It's like I'm just like so like I should
We
be
haven't
riding
made
my
it to
will.
the,
Like
we haven't made it to the dating game yet, have we?
no. So first crime was the 8-year-old girl, Hollywood apartment.
Okay.
Found alive, thank God.
Whew.
You know,
Just beaten.
because that doesn't happen. You know, I know,
Not a
I know,
lot.
I
No, a
know,
lot of
I
them,
know
they don't-
that's probably surprising to you guys, but you know, a lot of the time the victims actually are murdered. So, yeah, I don't know.
a lot of the people
Yeah,
that we
And
talk about on the show.
honestly, at that point, like if you went through that much trauma, like in all seriousness, I would probably want to be murdered because then you would just. I mean, like anybody who's ever dealt with any type of trauma.
I think it'd
like,
be good
it's
though
hard
to be
it's
dealing
hard
with
to-
something
but
like
if
that.
If you're 8 years old, like it's gonna fuck you up for the rest of your life. But
Dude, just kill me instead. I'm not gonna fucking-
but like it's also gonna fuck up every relationship that you ever have.
no, for sure, because you're gonna be constantly terrified of like what, like opening that much.
He
trust to
smacked my
someone.
ass. What the fuck? Like
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh shit, he's gonna kill me now. No, but that's actual PTSD. Like that's a trauma response to something.
And
So like
it's hard
your
'cause
entire
your
fucking
brain
life is
your
gonna
brain
be
has room
10
to
times
if
harder.
it's I feel like if your brain is if it's treated the right way, your brain can grow to overcome that as being
100%,
young. But
yeah.
also, do people actually try and
No, they
do
don't.
it right? They don't.
And
so,
do you think they had the do you think they had
Yeah.
the resources back then as far as mental health goes to like get people through, like get the victims through what
no,
they
just
dealt
like
with?
take a
Absolutely.
Xanax and chill out.
No,
it's just
yeah,
like the dad's like, dude, you're alive. Like, what do you want?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
fucking then hits her. Like, I'm sorry.
you didn't have to call me out like that. No, seriously though. Like, I mean, like we've come so far even the past 10 years with like
We coomed so far.
We've coomed so far in the past even 10 years with dealing
Mental
with,
health,
mental
yeah.
health and like dealing with trauma. Like even back then, just imagine what it was like. Fucking you're alive, whatever. Fucking deal with it, pussy. It's like, no, dude. Like it doesn't work like that. Like your brain doesn't work like that.
I think now-
you develop an auto response to anything in that, like you said, in that situation. Like your relationships will be fucked up. It's like. That's actual, like that's not you doing it. That's your brain saying it's like, hey, you're gonna die if you let this dude kiss you on your mouth.
And
Which is fucked up.
people like, yeah, people back then are so fucking like, we think people are stupid now. Like, I mean, people back then, I think
people are stupid
They-
tomorrow.
I
too.
don't think they were as brainwashed as I think they were as brainwashed, but like they just didn't have access to news. The fact that we have access to all this crazy information and yet so many Americans still just don't believe, like your brain, if you live in today's society and you just don't follow the tropic 10s of like child pedophilia that's coming out, like you are fucking so brainwashed, it's not even fucking
100%.
funny.
Man, the internet changed
Dude.
the game as far as like crowdsource information went.
Well, I not even crowdsource information, but crowdsource like acceptance.
Like collective view.
Yeah, collective point of view changed the fucking game, dude. Like when fucking hashtag save the kids was banned from Facebook the other day.
Yeah,
Dude, there's a lot of shit that's banned from Facebook right now because it goes against community. If any like hashtag pedogate banned from Facebook.
Dude, save the kids.
Because
was
you know why?
fucked
Because
me
it's
up.
fucking labeled as fake news. Because they Twitter and both Facebook started not campaigns, but just like
They
programs.
started
to combat-
fact checking Donald Trump.
Exactly.
What was
It's
it?
fucking.
Well, no, I know,
They
but
fact check his fucking
it goes-
tweets, and it like I mean, 90% of the time, yeah, it probably makes sense to fact check his tweets, but when he's tweeting about fucking pedogate and shit like that, they're like, "Oh, we need to put this person away." It's like, yeah, no, that's why you were elected. Why haven't you done that yet? Like,
Right.
why your first bill that passed was against human traffickers. Why are we just the last year of your election? That's when you want to fucking do this? That's what you want to do? The last year of your fucking presidency? It's
What
like,
are you-
Everything had to
dude,
get set up.
What was it about fucking I'm having a brain dead moment. Facebook's what's his nuts?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg's. What did you guys say earlier this week? It was about his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. Like
She owns the or like is something I think she is an owner of the Cannibal Club in New York.
like her and her sisters or something like
Yeah.
are fucking I don't know. I think I read
Or
the
is it
article on it
California?
or some shit like that. I don't know. It's just weird, man. He's a weird guy, and he just feels
He looks.
yeah, have you seen him drink water?
Not even that.
He's
I just
fucking weird, dude.
you just like you look at him. He like looks. He
Like
looks
he's
dead
a,
in the
a
eyes.
lizard in a suit.
He does.
He looks like whatever
there's
the
no-
fuck it is that Sam has in his fish
it
tank.
kind of reminds me of like
Salamander.
like
Nope,
what's his name?
Oxalotl.
Elon Musk. You know,
Oxalotl.
I think it's cool like everything he's doing, but he sketches me out with his ties to like fucking Kanye and Trump and like his girlfriend, you know, who just it looks like they practice rituals together, and I'm like, I'm not gonna judge you, but like you are sketchy, man. Like you are a sketchy man. You just Like, I think he's cool.
dude,
I think he's so cool. I really think he's cool. But is it possible? Is it very possible that he's into shady shit?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so because
wasn't he listed on Elaine's fucking blacklist?
I don't remember looking.
I didn't
at her
read
blacklist.
anything. I didn't read anything about
But
that.
dude, fucking like the minute Trump was on Epstein's blacklist, I wrote him off. I was like, yo, like, had some good ideas, had some good points, but fuck this guy and fuck all the, or not fuck all, but free all the kids that was involved in his movements to Epstein's Island. Like, that's the uniting factor that we need to have as a nation right now. Like, because we talk about it all the time, like, yeah, like, we have all these movements going on right now, but we actually have in open context a fucking child sex trafficking ring in open context.
Right.
And no one wants to talk about it because, like, oh, well, Bill Clinton was a good president, or oh, well, George Bush was a good president. And, like, and it's all this shit. It's like we haven't had a good president in so long, to the fact that they're going to a private island and fucking children.
Man.
I don't think
On both sides of the aisle. And I'm just
Yeah.
and no one wants to address that fact. And it's so fucking annoying. That's why I don't get on Facebook, or there's someone be like, oh, you see that post you were tagged in on Facebook?
It's
like, no, I didn't, because I don't get on Facebook because people are posting about Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. And it's like, they're both the same fucking person.
Right.
And dude,
so the reason
it's a wolf in sheep clothing.
No,
like clothing, like
clothing. Clothing. No,
that's why I said, motherfucker,
Clothing.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
Clothing.
And the thing with, I don't know, like the thing that of people thinking, like the mass majority and like all the fucking, you know, Karens out there that think Trump's a fucking god with a huge dick or whatever the fuck. No, the biggest thing, I mean, like even people who think that Clinton was a good president, it's like, I mean, like surface level, it's like, oh yeah, his social views and he's fucking this and that. And it's like, whatever. But like, yeah, like everybody, if you look deeper into it too,
a prisoner farm.
I mean, yeah, no, he like that was that shit bill too. And then like you can also track back the collapse of the 2008 housing market to Bill Clinton. Absolutely, because there was a law intact, I think it was in the 30s, called the Glass-Steagall Act, that separated the investment banks from the actual
Glass-Steagall. We've talked about it before.
Yeah,
shit, I don't remember. Tell me again.
No,
this brain cannot hold information. Tell me.
We need more weed.
It was under
It separates the investment banks
under the Obama administration. They reenacted Glass-Steagall.
But I want to. No, they did not.
So,
No, they did not. No, it never got passed. No, it's not. No, Glass-Steagall is not existent still. And that's one of
they killed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, hold on.
So
Tell me from the beginning. What is from the beginning?
Glass-Steagall. So you have two types of banks. You have investment banks, which is like I believe JP Morgan Chase is an investment bank. I hope the internet doesn't tear me apart, but I think JP Morgan Chase is an investment bank. And then you have like your mom and pop banks, like small local town. Yeah. Like you can save your money here and we'll give you 0.02 interest of a year, and this and that. So Glass-Steagall separated those two. So like the reason they did that is because a lot of the investment banks make risky hedges. Make risky hedges and bets to try and make more money.
Right.
Your mom and pop banks don't. So like they're into mutual funds and a lot of safe shit. What Glass-Steagall did is it by law separated them so those two couldn't be intertwined. So Wall Street could literally like fail, and your money that you have down the street at your mom and pop local bank is going to be fine. But when Glass-Steagall was signed out of office or signed out of law or whatever you want to call it, redacted back in the 90s, it allowed those mom and pop banks to get intertwined with those investment banks.
Okay.
So essentially, when you bought your house pre-2008, you would get your loan from your mom and pop bank, but that mom and pop bank would take your money and put it into this investment bank to try and make that bank more money. Right. That investment bank was betting on let's see, they put that money into they're
So
called CDOs.
basically, what it did is made it is like if that didn't happen, then these mom and pop banks would have been.
They would have been
safe.
fine.
It would
The
have been a safe.
economy would have taken a hit, but it wouldn't have.
So why?
the entire housing market would have.
And I swear we'll get back to the killer, but real quick. So when did they?
My bad.
No, you're fine. When did
they?
they? What happened? And they decided to try and like bring it back or change it, or what? Were you guys saying they tried to change it?
They did try to bring it back. The only candidate I ever saw try, like in his campaign reform plan, was
Gary Johnson.
No. Actually, it was Bernie Sanders. To be honest,
Bernie Sanders is, dude. That's
Michael, why would you bring this topic up and make us talk about this?
That's Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
Bernie
Sanders,
Sanders
you
is
see.
a hard name to drop on the show.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just saying
we got 3 people that believe in his message, but fuck if that guy did not back out of every chance he had to make a difference.
Oh, dude, he was bought and paid for by the Clintons.
Oh, yeah, dude.
100%. And
Hell
I'm
yeah.
No, for sure. I'm just
No,
saying.
give me a.
I thought you were gonna
And-
go down
and the
another
other one.
road, and I was unsure about it. I was like, I don't know. He's gonna say something. And
No, I know
we're
him.
gonna-
I-
fucking
I-
Bernie
I
bro,
knew.
man.
No, he was bought and paid for 100%. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was a Bernie
But his
bro at one
movement,
point.
the movement idea is
Right.
what we want.
That's-
Is what we
oh,
want.
dude,
It was
there's-
tight, man. It was
there's-
progressive. It was like everybody, it's like we're gonna fucking update this shit, and then he fucking got
Bowed down twice.
The weird thing
DNC
about-
had him
yeah.
by his balls.
Kiss the ring two
Well,
times.
And then the
Yeah,
weird thing
seriously.
about
Kiss
it
the ring
to
2
me, dude.
times. That's what hurt me the most was 2 times.
The 2-time ring kissing
Dude,
champion,
Bernie
Bernie Sanders.
But no, that
fuck.
shit fucking hurt
Then
me
they played
so
John
bad.
Cena's
Because
song.
me and Dylan had a one-off podcast where we did over Discord when COVID first started, where
The
we're
Roro.
like,
the beer flu.
oh yeah, fucking, what are you looking for?
I couldn't find my dad. My dad's missing.
Can't find your dad.
I don't know what happened.
Is it over there?
No.
But we had a one-off podcast where it's just me and Dylan over Discord,
Mhm.
and it was when Bernie dropped out.
Oh Jesus!
And it was me just airing my frustrations over that to Dylan. But that's not what we're here to talk about. If you're gonna watch that, watch it.
We're here to talk
Go
about a
back.
serial killer. He's killed many people, maybe one of the worst in the nation's history. You can hear about it live on Monday at the Who Really Knows podcast. WRK Pod. Who needs sound bites when we can just do it ourselves?
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
it's
The
yeah.
real nasty.
Dirty, nasty. Donkey cum? Yes.
So
this next episode is brought to you by Donkey Kong.
so in 1978, fucking fuckboy
Big Chad
Alcala.
cock fucking Rodney Alcala. I don't even want to look at him anymore because he's just so fucking.
We're gonna take him off.
He's so beautiful that I just.
Yeah, he is. He is a
It kind of
cute-
pisses
cute
me off that he
boy.
killed people. You could have.
He is a
You
cute
could have
boy.
let a rock and roll
You,
band. and
you
here
should have
you
seen
are
Richard
fucking-
Ramirez before the fucking meth. He's a cute boy.
It's kind of like when you watch that. I didn't think it was the
Breaking
greatest
News.
movie, the Ted Bundy, where Zac Efron plays him, and the whole movie you're just like, God, I know what's gonna happen, but man, come on, Zach, like you don't do it,
You
dude.
look so sweet and innocent.
like Zoinks, Scooby. All right, wait, okay. Let's turn it back into Rodney, okay?
Dangerfield.
He changes his name. Let's go back to the name. His I don't even think we got to his name.
Joe
did we?
Burger.
John Burger, wasn't
John
it?
Burger.
John
Burger.
Burger with an E. I think that's the
Burger.
distinct.
Yeah,
this-
not with
the-
a U.
Now
The-
John
Burger was spelled with the E in front instead of a U in front.
or some shit. Yeah, John Burger.
It was like
Burger.
BERGER.
It was. Wow.
Hey.
I spelled it the same way both times. My bad. I don't think I was paying attention when I
Same
was writing
diff.
my notes. But anyways, yes. So it goes by an alias. Smart man.
Yep.
Why not? Why would you keep the same fucking name?
Yeah, if you're gonna kill people,
especially if
change
you're
your
a
name
pedophile.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So like over the years, after getting like really ramped up, he was invested in multiple crimes. Invested in
he
crimes.
invested.
That's something
He's
we talk
like,
about.
I got a good idea.
I'm throwing
it's
down
a phrase.
$5 on murder right
It's
now.
it's a phrase on the show.
No,
But
That's it.
I like
yeah,
it.
he was invested in multiple crimes. Multiple crimes of dilling girls. Yeah, it makes sense.
No, it does.
So before he did the killings, though, he was just doing rapings, right?
it was like torture.
It wasn't even raping.
It was like strangling and fucking like.
Like to like the point of death,
like-
right?
well,
and, until I get like blacked out, and then he'll be like, "All right, I'm done."
If not to the point of
do it
death,
again.
and to the point of loss of consciousness.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it got really weird
Interesting.
very quickly. In 6 months, quickly.
Damn. Probably. I mean, what did it say? Like he said it was like over 130 victims, but how many did he actually get charged with?
Not even close to that.
Right.
I was gonna say, wasn't it single digits almost?
Yeah,
Like,
but
for
people,
who?
you
No,
know,
it was 11.
you know,
It was
these
11,
motherfuckers
okay.
like to fucking hype themselves up. I killed 130 people.
Right.
Right.
But
well,
yeah,
It's all about the fame, man. Like,
Right.
like at that point.
At that point, they know they're going to prison, and they got to really scare
well,
the other
and
people.
we're,
They're
we're,
like,
we're talking about Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
L.A.
Like,
right. Yeah,
And
Hollywood.
This guy. So in 1979, although as a registered sex offender, was able to be a contestant on the American hit TV show called The Dating Game, which
What year was this? What'd you say?
1978.
Okay.
Sounds like chicks out.
Well, I just didn't know if we were
Checks
going.
out.
I didn't know if we were just talking about.
Chicks
Did
out.
you guys talk about when he went with John Berger, and then did we go past that when he also made another alias, John Berger?
He had
Did
two
two
different aliases.
He had so he had two. So he goes by the name of John Berger.
Okay.
It's spelled like Burger. That's why I was like. I spelled it the same.
He fucking
later-
changed.
He
the
later
spelling.
goes and works at a camp in New Hampshire.
BRGR.
He works at a camp, and his new alias is John Berger. Same alias, different name. Who would have
Oh
thought?
my god.
It's like Merry and Pippin in Lord of the Rings, when they're like, the closer we are to the danger, the farther we are from harm. You know what I mean? Like,
That's-
he's just like, I'm just gonna make the same name. Like, they aren't gonna suspect a thing. Like, but which he also fucked up on because he works at this camp, which was another one of his victims. Which was I think I might have written it here. Cornelia Crilley, this 23-year-old. I don't know, like,
Oh yeah.
but anyways, there was pictures posted, and the reason he got caught again from this was because there was pictures posted all around, and people from this camp were like, "Bro, like, I would recognize that handsome face anywhere. Like, that's the most." that's the most-
so it goes back to his looks. If he was an average-looking fucking bro, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
Oh, I know,
recognize
right.
Right.
You're
Okay.
not, yeah. And back then,
Interesting.
people were. Have you seen pictures of people like 30 years ago? They're ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
10
And
out,
he- and
10
he-
out of 10 would not hit. Okay.
And this dude was like a fucking 9 or 10. Back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's your most popular band touring the world type
Dude,
of front
for sure.
man right
He,
there.
looks-
Like that.
he almost. I was gonna say. I just fucking remembered that. He almost looks like Jim Morrison in a sense from the
Yeah.
fucking Doors. Dude.
Yeah.
Like he's like got
Yeah.
that much
Yeah.
sex appeal. That's
He's not an
fucking crazy.
Iowa 10. He's
So it's like,
No,
so it's
no,
like, of course,
No,
California
he's
10.
like an Iowa 19, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
California
what the fuck?
10.
Yeah, California 10.
like they're like, man, we see a lot of people, a lot of guys who like feather their hair and have really nice hair, but I mean, like, they're ugly as fuck. Like this guy right here is fucking handsome.
he had it all. Dude.
He had it all, and he just fucking was like, I'm
Go
never.
Hey
away.
man, I'm gonna kill people.
But yeah, so that just blew my mind. If there's anything I get, I haven't researched, like I haven't done deep research into this guy, but if there is one thing about this whole thing that just makes me love this topic, this guy so much, is the fact that he went from John Berger to John Berger. Like that is the most
I'm just gonna take this U and
Like-
put it to the right.
Like
take this U and put it to the left.
if that doesn't show you how a genius thinks, this guy, like, he's like AJ said, I didn't know this. I didn't know he had like a fucking 160 IQ. If that guy is smart enough to be like, bro, if you want to really hide, change your name from John Burger to John Burger. Like,
right.
be in plain sight. Cops are out there looking for aliases and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
They'll look for aliases
People-
that are nowhere even near. And
People
you just
are like-
I just switched
they're like,
two letters.
Sergeant, this guy, he has like the same name of John Burger. Like, it's just like one letter off. No, I'm a
Can't be
police
him.
chief.
Can't
My IQ is 95. I'm way smarter than all of you guys. There's no way that guy's in trouble.
Right.
Our podcast dog is having some technical difficulties. Okay,
Studio dog out here.
Studio dog.
having some
She
shit.
found
having the time,
squeaky
having
the
the time of
squeaky
your life.
toy.
She found the
Oh
squeaky.
man, I can't
She's got
grab
so
it.
many boyfriends over.
She's excited.
Oh yeah, all of her boyfriends are over.
I missed.
But
I
is
missed that hoe?
Is that crazy? If you said, okay, let's say a serial killer goes to a new area and changes his name from John Burger to John Burger, what do you think his IQ would be? I'd be like
55.
50. I'd be like 50. I'd be like, this guy's mentally handicapped. Like, I don't think this guy has the ability to kill someone. I'm like, no, this guy's like fucking smarter than every one of you guys talking about him. I'd be like, no way, no way.
But it goes back to like that's almost like it's like hiding in plain sight. Type
Exactly.
deal, dude.
I mean, yeah, back in the we
We're
always
looking
talk
for a John Burger. How's it spelled? B-U-E. Oh, this one's B-E.
Yeah.
Or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck. it
not a
was.
chance it's him. Look at how good looking this guy is. There's no way it's him.
You would trust him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's all good. No, he
We
didn't.
talk about it a lot. Like, a lot of the old past killers we've talked about on the show are people who literally just all they have to do is drive to the next county line to kill
There's just
people.
no social media, dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
literally, they
100%.
literally kill around their county and don't get caught for.
That's why the elites think that they can get away with the shit that they got away with in the 90s, man.
Right.
Yeah,
It's-
no one knew about it.
90s.
The only way people got
I
their
think
news was
9/11
from-
can happen today. Fuck no.
Hell no. We'd fucking find the bottom of that shit like tomorrow.
I mean, it's crazy
Have
how
you
we
ever
did.
heard of it? So I don't know if you ever heard about this, but so the reason they deduced that it was Al Qaeda was a beat cop found a passport from the plane that hit the first tower 2 blocks away.
Like, he picked up a
Have you
perfectly.
ever heard about that?
No.
That's the official report.
Okay,
he-
so here I have a couple physics questions about that.
Yeah,
If
Well,
you're
we're not here for that.
we're not.
I just wanted to blow your brain.
It's
Jerry.
out of but
that's
yeah,
fucking stupid.
out of a
That's,
plane.
that's where
That's
me and
fucking
Dylan came up with
stupid.
the name.
Cousin Lenny.
Every time there's a fucking conspiracy that's like so fucking far fetched, we blame it on Cousin Lenny.
Out of a plane. Cousin Lenny was
your-
like,
your-
Cousin Lenny
your
was like,
Floridian
bro.
cousin.
Ah,
Out
That's
of a
where
plane
Cousin Lenny-
out of a plane that melted steel beams, but not this wallet. I want to know what wallet this guy was using, because if it can survive a plane that can melt
And
steel
then it
beams,
landed 2 blocks
That's
away.
where-
I want that wallet.
that's
okay?
where I'm like losing my shit. It's like if like this Al Qaeda motherfucker was
We'll
flying
invite
the
you
plane
back
in
on,
the
on
cockpit,
September 11th.
please
Right.
do. Because what the fuck? If you're in the cockpit and you have your passport on you, that cockpit's the first thing to hit the fucking building. How the fuck does that fucking passport fly out
2 blocks away.
2
Yeah,
blocks
exactly.
away?
The wind
Cousin
took
Lenny.
it.
Just remember, it was
Wind
Cousin
Well,
my
Lenny.
ass.
and the black box. Or
Is-
the,
is
the-
Cousin
is
Lenny,
it
man.
The black box?
Yeah, the black box.
The black box is disintegrated.
Which isn't supposed to happen.
Which is
But
not
the wallet,
feasible.
which was made by Bear Grylls, this
Bear
leather is
Grylls
thicker.
wallet.
This
that
leather,
wallet drank its own piss.
this leather. Yeah.
Yeah, that wallet drank its own piss, survived. The beat cop picked it up. He's like, "Oh, there's another plane."
Basically,
Oh.
cousin Lenny was like, "Bro, okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna put this wallet here. You're gonna pick it up, and you're gonna just hold it in the air, screaming, I found the
found it.
terrorist wallet. I found it. Okay, do you got that?"
Local
that's
Florida
Cousin
man.
Lenny.
Local Florida man solves 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. That's Cousin Lenny, bro.
My God.
He's in charge of everything, dog.
in charge.
It,
In charge is loosely.
he's the what's the guy that they always say can break out of prison using like a toothpick?
Chris Angel.
No, a
Houdini.
toothpick. a toothpick, a watch, and a rope. Or
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Andy Dufresne.
It's like it's like our modern day MacGyver. It's just like
I thought Chris Angel.
I can solve your guys' problem with a wallet, a picture of a guy who's brown, and a beat cop from for a beat cop who works in the precinct. Okay, I got you guys. Like, trust me.
So I just want to go into the 9/11 tangent right now.
So we went with the camp.
I know.
We went with the camp, and that
Okay.
honestly is the
Trust
last
me,
of my notes.
I would do
man.
that all the time.
Back
but
to Rodney.
I restrain myself.
Fuck. I'm like, my dick is so hard right now.
So we went from the John Burger to John Burger, and now we're at probably getting close to the dating show. That's
John Chicken Melt.
We
that would have been a better name.
You fucking for real.
Oh, we didn't do the
My
dating
name's
show.
John
Fuck.
Chicken
No,
Melt.
no, we haven't even started the dating show, and I think it's called the Dating Game Killer. Everyone who's been watching religiously for
They've been
a
waiting.
long time, here we go.
All right. So yeah, how did he? I just want to know how he got even on the dating game. Like, what the fuck?
How is he single? Like,
No, okay, no shit. How is that not, dude? Balls deep.
Yeah,
in,
there
like,
must have been a bunch of like
14,000
12-year-olds
asses
on
every
his
night.
block.
yeah.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
so he is, as a convicted sex offender, made his way onto the dating show in 1978. And this is after he's already been suspected of 2 murders
Okay.
and
Like, where's the background?
and a registered sex offender.
They're
So-
just like,
so, okay. So at this point, he's a registered sex offender,
Yes.
but he's still got on a dating game.
the girl on dating game is like, so I just want to ask, are these guys safe? And the guys are like, I mean, should
That-
we? This guy was like
Right.
a registered sex offender,
He's
but
like-
he's good
he's
looking
like,
as
I'll
hell.
let you know
I'm
that-
dangerous.
That dude is really into age play, but like
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, the guy gets on stage like, I just want to know, what kind of man are you? I'm very dangerous. I might creep into your house at night
yeah,
and
so
fucking
he-
kill you and strangle you. Ooh.
So he gets on the dating game and he wins the dating game. He won the whole show.
What year did he win?
1978.
Okay, so if we look at the timeline,
At this
That's in
this age, what is
in
he?
between murders? It's
in between,
definitely
okay,
in between murders. But he
So he's 35 at this. When he's on the dating game, he is 35 years old.
okay.
So he fucking won.
Still looking like a hunk. You know what I mean? Still
that,
looking
that was
like
the
a-
picture we were sporting the whole time.
Yeah.
But
Did we ever find out the size of his dick in this research?
huge. I don't even have to.
That's what I
know.
figured.
I don't even have to
Not- not
research
even-
this.
not-
what I
not
figured.
even huge. It's huge.
Huge. It's a huge dick.
It's huge.
You guys got a huge dick.
Huge schlong.
The biggest dick we've ever seen. It's the best and the biggest dick we've ever seen.
It's the biggest. Yeah.
The girth alone.
The rivals on rivals.
But
Okay.
yeah, so he was
7.
described by the host as a photographer, which fits his.
Dude.
Fits his MO.
I love the description.
Okay,
Fucking
be
love it.
careful
And-
around photographers,
and he-
boys
he,
and girls.
he
please.
also, like-
Jesus Christ.
In his say it
Also-
like the host.
also-
Say it like
also-
the in his off time. He
Oh,
He
you
likes
always
to
say
go
like that.
skydiving.
And behind this
Contestant
dick we have
number 3.
Rodney Alcala.
contestant
Rodney
number
Callan.
3, Rodney Callan. What do you like to do in your off time?
I'm a photographer. I like to skydive and I like bullfighting.
I didn't read the bullfighting. Did he?
No,
was
it
that
wasn't
one?
bullfighting.
It was skydiving and
You guys put me on the
snowboarding,
spot,
wasn't it?
dude. I thought I was going to be the announcer and you guys were going to answer.
Shit, I don't have the answers. It
Did
was.
he actually skydive then?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It was.
probably
it was a
not.
skydiver, is what he said.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's
Welcome back to the stage, contestant number 3. What do you like to do?
I like bullfighting, skydiving.
It's not bullfighting.
I know, but you
It's
I really enjoyed that. Like, can we just maybe
that was
make
one of his
I like
loves.
motorcycle riding.
Yo,
and
but that's what it was.
skydiving.
Motorcycle riding.
I
and
was put on the
skydiving.
spot so fast I didn't know what to say. So I
Dude,
said,
we could just say it.
bullfighting.
We could just say bullfighting. Bullfighting and donkey cum drinking. Like, he liked.
one and the same.
She was
I
like,
like it
she's like,
all.
wait, sorry. What was that last thing you said? I said bullfighting. Are you sure? I thought you said donkey cum drinking. No, I said bullfighting.
That's not what I said at all. That's not what I said.
And she was like, well, I don't really care. You're fucking the hottest guy on the show that I've ever seen in my life. So I'm going to fuck you either way. Like,
Can you bring up that picture of him one more time? Because I just where'd
the picture go? Like,
here's
don't
what I
take
want.
it down.
Here's what I want you to do, if this is possible. I want you to put up a picture of him and then Jim Morrison side by side, because I swear to God, they have the same hair and like almost the same facial structure.
I'm going to look this up.
And Jim Morrison definitely fucked. And like, this guy could have, but he chose the wrong thing to fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he was definitely fucking.
It has.
I know what you're
okay,
talking
he-
about.
he
I
was-
see
He
it.
was definitely fucking.
He was fucking, but not in the way you'd want him to.
This guy had it all, and he just threw it away.
I could, like, you could show that. You could literally show that picture to anybody in America and be like, "Hey, man, do you think this guy kills people?" And they'd be like, "Nah."
They'd be like, if he kills people,
And he fucking. Okay, so first things first. Look at the fucking cheek lines. Okay.
Well, we're talking about cheek lines here. We don't even get that deep in this show.
Let me
I'm
see it.
fucking-
Let me see it, dude.
Well,
pull it down.
Dude,
Pull it down. I want to
look,
see it.
though. Look, I'm just saying. It's gotta be close. Okay, so there's fucking Jim Morrison of.
It's hard because Jim Morrison's being all fucking. Where's Jim
Sexy and
smiling?
shit.
Like, I want to see Jim smiling.
Jim doesn't smile, dude.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm
way.
saying. Maybe we need a picture of fucking Rodney Alcala not smiling.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, is that guy handsome as
No,
fuck?
I'm not going.
I'm going there.
No,
Let's
but like
find
if
it.
you look how the fuck. Okay, so all right. We're
I see
not
what
gonna
you're
get
saying.
into. We're not gonna. Yeah, everybody sees. If you don't see, you're fucking blind.
He looks-
Do your own research.
He looks like
Yeah.
he looks like what's his name from No Country for Old Men? Fucking God, I can't remember.
He looks like my dad.
Damn the son.
Oh jeez.
He
Well, basically, at his time at the dating show, the dating game. Sorry.
So he fucking won the dating game.
yeah.
Okay.
He was already suspected of 2 murders, and the girl, he won the dating game. The girl didn't go out with him because she said that he was, quote unquote, creepy and weird.
that confused me. Did she like choose him because like it just at first
She
like she was
picked him as the winner,
but
and she was like,
she didn't want him. She said he was creepy and weird.
Okay. So did anybody look up like how this dating game worked? Was it strictly
dude,
by
it
looks?
was literally Tinder in the 70s.
No, dating game-
on television.
They didn't wait. Wasn't the dating game? They didn't know what they looked like, right?
Yeah, they
I thought it
didn't
was.
know.
So it was strictly off personality.
So he was that was already a crutch. He already was like set back a lot. Like he was like, damn it, I thought my looks were gonna win.
How did he win though? What the fuck?
Dude,
Charismatic, dude.
serial killers, IQ of 160 plus. Those guys are
He could have
charming
played
as
it.
fuck.
Yeah, he could.
A lot of serial killers we talk about sometimes, not always, but I think a lot of the serial killers we talk about, they might not be the best looking, but as far as it goes from being a good sounding person, a charming person, like it happens a lot. They're smart people.
right.
If you're able to get away with many murders, you have a brain that works.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know, we've read about them.
If
like
you're smart enough to get away,
Right,
you were smart
right.
enough to
Come up
smart
with
enough to
ideas
know
and- yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
how to what the fuck is the right word?
He's like he's
coerce
in this
or
whole
whatever the fuck you wanna
moment. He's
say.
like, man, I'm the fucking smoothest guy out here. When she sees me, she's gonna wet her pants. You know,
Because of the implication.
at that
Just
guy.
Look at that
Look
smile.
at him. Look
He
at
literally
us.
looks
smile.
like the lead singer of the Redbones.
You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you.
But no, it's literally like it's 1978, right? Yeah, 1978.
I swear
Yeah.
to God, he should have been leading Led Zeppelin to the.
And
Dude, what the
Dude,
fuck?
Do you think he could sing? Anyone have an idea? Do you think?
Do
Do you know a lot of beautiful people
probably
think
not.
they can sing and they suck at
Right.
singing?
No, I think if he could have sang and he looked like that, he would have literally done the same thing, but chose music over
He
film.
would have been he would have been famous.
And-
and,
He
like,
would have killed people, but he would have
Yeah.
done music instead of taking pictures.
right.
I think I don't know. It's
I mean, I fucking hate this guy. I'll tell you what.
I just want to punch his weird fucking inverted teeth in.
I was
you
gonna
know?
say, look at
his
this
teeth
right
are,
there, dude.
his
It's
teeth
like
are very.
it's
his teeth are-
symmetrical, and then right fucking.
Is
there.
that what people back in the day before like natural selection took over? Like all the people just had really inverted fucking teeth. You know, like
could have been?
I feel like all of us here have really majestic looking teeth. You know.
So yeah, we've been here for a while. We've been talking about this guy, and I think it's time to start talking about murder.
Awesome. Thank you. That's a beautiful.
You should have used the demon voice when you said that.
Soundbite.
That is a perfect. We that is a soundbite we needed. I feel like that's got to be trademarked somewhere, right? Like that's just a free.
I fucking hope not, because our shit is gonna get flagged for this.
God, I hope not. Maybe do we need to make our own? Just buy our own sound horns and like go to a studio. Okay. Listen,
I fucking have.
Listen, guys. We want to record something. Okay, it's not a song, but you know, it's pretty lit. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Great soundbite. I still think we could use the Will Sasso soundbite, but I don't know. We might get in trouble for that, so maybe not.
Maybe not.
The murders. We're going to the murders.
All right.
The fucking murder.
The murders.
Tell me some fucked up shit. I want to hear some fucked.
Hold on. Give me the soundbite one more time. The murders.
It's time to talk
We're
about some
talking
murders. Wait, do it one more time.
We're talking today about the murders. That felt so good. Loved it.
Imagine when I get the new laptop.
Yeah.
Bam! Fucking bam!
See, we had it all along, AJ. You could have just done it right there.
Oh man. So
first murder.
I'm trying to recover here for a second.
First
Take a
murder.
breath if you need one.
So Jill. God, I'm trying to read this name. It's so fucking hard. Jill Bacone ran away from New York. She ran away from New York. Then she was declared as a disappeared person, which I don't really get.
Like Houdini, disappeared person, or like
if you run away from home, are you not disappeared enough? You know,
Run away.
that's how Houdini got started. You know,
No,
I like that.
but-
Runaway.
but
Isn't that Bon Jovi?
what's
Is that right? I'm a little runaway. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah,
yes. A disappeared person.
So in 1977, this happened. Her body was discovered in Los Angeles in a ravine, and she was rolled up like a ball, is what the detective said. And at first, the investigators thought that it had been a victim of the hillside strangler.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like the Scranton Strangler, but in LA. For listeners, I guess.
So he had to compete for his victims. Like,
dude, they were all
I mean,
competing.
I think
we talk about
this is like all
I
the
think
same
we
time.
talk about the 70s and like these serial killers.
Think
like,
about
dude, LA was a fucking hotbed
That's what I'm
for
saying.
serial killers.
it's the biggest city. It's like you'd think it would happen where people felt like they were safe and weren't in a populated area. But it's like, no, dude, you get these crazy people in these big cities. We talked about who was the one that was just an arsonist in like New York. Oh, God, where was it? It's like, dude, it happens in the big cities, bro. That's big cities.
What I'm saying.
Big cities create big crazy people.
It's like this
know what
guy
I mean?
might have not been caught for the amount of murders that he did if he had done that in a
Smaller
area.
Yeah.
Like a still a metropolitan area.
Right.
Like where we live, like you'd probably still get away with it. But
yeah.
Where was his final arrest at?
in
Was
LA.
it, was it? Oh, okay. So
LA, Dad.
We're talking LA
Oh,
in the
yeah.
late
LA.
70s, early
LA.
80s.
okay.
Like multiple.
So he
serial
was
killers.
in LA. He went to New York fucking murdered and fucking raped a bunch
Pillaged.
of people. Pillaged the village. Went back to L.A. and that's where his final arrest took place.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
think
it
about
was-
that. That's smart. That's that 160 IQ. Not just going out of county lines. That's going state. That's fucking crossing the country.
Well, the stupid thing was when his IQ failed him is when instead of fucking going from L.A. to New York back to
in
L.A.,
between.
he could have fucking landed in Montana and probably would have still been alive to this day. Which, thank God for his dumbass fucking self. going back to
IQ, yeah,
LA.
IQ is a number.
That's all it
IQ
is.
is just a number.
That's all it is. But like,
Street smarts are where it's at, dude.
Alright.
How much you gonna buy a gram of coke for? I mean, I don't know, but like that's some real smart people.
right now it's about $80.
on today's date with the weather about 70% humidity, I'd give it about 89.
$83.56 plus tax.
So where are we at? What's this for? The first murder is in LA, you say?
I believe so.
Okay.
So from June 20th, 1979, 12-year-old Robin Samsoe disappeared. She was last seen on her way from ballet class to the beach. And her body was discovered several days later after she was dumped in a Los Angeles foothill.
That sucks the way her life ended, but man, what an awesome life to live. Ballet class, going to the beach, like I hope she
That's how life is in
I hope she
LA.
lived. I know. I hope she lived enough. I feel bad she died too soon, but man,
12
getting to
years
go to-
old, dude. You were literally barely like becoming conscious at 12 years
we
old.
all of us were cracking voices at that age.
Probably not
Baseball.
Yeah, exactly. No,
So
fuck,
yeah,
man,
so
that's disgusting.
the known victims are. Oh my god, am I gonna read these all? Fuck.
Do you want me to? You got it.
Do you want to?
Fucking will. Okay. We got 1971 Cornelia Crilley.
Yep.
1977 Ellen Hoover. That's the one that was found on the Rockefeller estate that I was talking about.
Which,
Yeah.
dude, like we've said, man, I think we get away from this idea, but everyone who's listening, that was a big name kill.
The
Oh,
essence
hell
is
yeah.
in the messaging, dude.
No, for sure. And that was
That's what me and Michael talk about. all the
Rockefeller
time.
estate, dude.
That was
What
a
does
big-
mean?
The essence
That's
is in the
tied
messaging.
in.
You don't
Okay.
you don't just randomly see that person walking
No,
around and be
hell
like,
no. No, she was the daughter of the fucking guy who ran the Zero Zero
and she
Club
wasn't
in
famous
Hollywood.
enough for it to be like.
Goddaughter of famous
she-
Sammy Davis Jr. What?
But
the
she
fuck?
wasn't. But it's not like she was. You know, like some people will kill like the famous actors or whatever,
Right.
the singers that
No.
they're like fucking
Bjork.
falling over.
No, she decided
she
to
was-
go
yeah.
straight to the heart. So straight family related. Okay, so and also 1977 we have Antoinette Whitaker. We have
It's way better than when I would have read it.
Juul Jull Barcombe.
I love Jules.
1977.
Barcombe.
Georgia Wixted. And then let's see, the last two in 1977 are Pamela Jean Lamson and Christine Ruth Thornton. And then there's another year gap. Let's see, 1978 we have Joyce Gaunt and then Charlotte Lamb. 1979 we have Jill Parento, and also 1979 Robin Samsoe or Samsoe.
It's Raven Simone.
Raven Simone.
That's the one that got him convicted.
Really?
Yeah, the
Oh my
murder.
God.
It was
What was
it
that fucking show?
That's So Raven?
That's So Raven. Jesus fucking Christ.
It was
I'm old as
the
fuck.
murder that got him convicted was the murder and rape of a 12-year-old girl.
Okay. And that was in the year what?
1979.
79.
Robin Samso.
Okay, so that was his actual like final arrest. That was like the one where like he was like actually put away, caught, and like found all the like they found out
Yeah.
about all these victims. But it's interesting, okay, because Ellen Hoover was his second kill, and that was the one that was tied into the like her remains were found on Rockefeller Estate, in Westchester County.
But I think
which
that
is
was
fucking insane.
that was the only
So, like,
one
he-
that seemed weird, right?
so he-
like there wasn't any other kill that was
Well, not I mean I.
But he wasn't very high profile. Like he wasn't.
No,
No,
but,
not originally.
between Ellen and his last kill, which was Robin, he had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people between Ellen and the ninth would have been Robin. 8 to 9 people between like that high
and he's still like the
like that
suspect
kill.
List is like
That's fucking
way
crazy.
beyond that too.
Like how the fuck? And yeah, so this was a list of what, 11 people that he actually claimed to?
DNA confirmed people that he has killed.
Okay, compared to like
Killed and raped.
What?
Okay,
compared to what he said that he it was in the hundreds.
that was the so when he was arrested they got a warrant to investigate his mom's house, and so his mom's house held a receipt that was able to be viewed by the warrant.
Okay,
Viewing a storage locker, and so they took out a warrant for a storage locker, and he had thousands of photos of girls beaten, abused. Oh my god, so many things.
Bro, I'm sorry, I just heard like an undercover burp / gurgle vomit sound.
That was a gurgle for me. But
do I need to order Domino's?
A Glark. But yeah, no, they had I think they released 120 photos to the media to like be like, is this person missing?
Right.
We found these photos in a serial killer's storage locker, and they were like, they didn't release 900 of the photos because they're so sexually and brutalized, explicit. It's fucking.
Jesus. That's a lot of pictures.
When I texted you guys the other day and it was like, we're gonna do the dating game killer, it's gonna be fun. I did not expect this shit, dude.
That's a lot. They literally, to
insane.
think about that, it's like you could say you had a lot of pictures of people, but I mean, to say that fucking like 8 out of 9 pictures are unable to be shown because of how fucking graphic they are. Like, damn, dude. Like, he had pictures of, I can't remember, like, it said, like, he had so many pictures of, like, teenage boys and, like, I know it talks about, like, some of the victims are, like, girls and shit, but, I mean, shit, he had everyone.
It was straight up just.
Do you think he was, dude,
pedophilic?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Necrophilic.
That's the thing. He did so much. He did so much of the pictures that it makes me think, with the connection to the the whole Cairo thing like that. Like, was this guy a part of the circle of, was he in the business of taking pictures, selling them to big name people? Was he, obviously selling around?
He fucking studied under Roman Polanski.
Right. Like, Roman probably hired him, said, bro, like, give me these pictures. Like, those are awesome pictures, dude. Like, I like having little boys, fucking teenager boys, like, swim in my pool naked, dog. Like, this is exactly what I want.
That's legitimately, like, I know you said that like a meme. That's legitimately accusation.
Like, this guy's bigger than I originally thought that he probably was.
Like, pay people to have their kids swimming in this pool naked, little boys.
So much bigger than I thought this guy was going in, dude.
I'm pretty sure the creator Mike.
You don't have one.
Damn.
Your hair's too nappy. It looks like you got the dreads going on. They just didn't like it back then, dude.
The creator of Minecraft, I think, lives in Roman Polanski's mansion.
You're talking about Notch?
Notch, yeah.
But not affiliated.
Notch is Swedish. He lives in Sweden.
No, unaffiliated owns Roman Polanski's mansion.
Oh, owns it. Okay.
What is that? Sorry, I'm not the smartest guy. What is unaffiliatedly owning it? Like, he doesn't.
That would pretty much mean
no affiliation with Roman Polanski.
But he owns. Oh, okay.
He owns the property.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. He's actually. I mean, I don't know. I don't know dick about the dude, but like I've seen like videos and whatever.
I mean, yeah,
bleach the walls and floors. Bleach every room.
He seems like a trustworthy guy, but so does this fucking psychopath piece of shit.
You
So
never
I don't know what the fuck I believe anymore, dude.
So many. I believe that we have a really good crew in this room right now.
Watch a couple more episodes, you're gonna fucking really hate your life.
But like,
I already do. What are you trying to say?
yeah, if we're all voting on who hates their life, let me drink to that out of my small little.
I'll do the BV with you because I'm out of natter days.
You're fucking gross.
You're fucking gross too. I love you.
I saw you eyeing it, AJ. There's plenty of fireball to go around. Oof.
Okay, but I wanna.
It's like a campfire in my.
Let's think about this though. So we covered
It's
that
like literally a gallon of it.
his father abandoned his family at a young age.
Yeah, that's where I don't like. I didn't see anything.
Here's kind of where I would draw in the murders to that. It's like, who knows? Like he only has 11. He has 11 victims under his belt. 11 murders. Now I guarantee fucking I'll bet my balls on this. I'll bet my entire scrotum that he has had more assaults and abuses more than of those 11 people. So I wonder if those abandonment issues of his father leaving at a young age, like when those 11 people got uncomfortable and kind of realized what was going on, that drove him to kill them because he didn't want to leave. He didn't want them to leave his side. So that roots from like the childhood trauma of having your father abandon you.
Yeah,
there is a 12th one, but they're not able to prove it through DNA. Like it's like they tried to, but it's not.
Okay.
One of the
the DNA is like weirdly one of the cops.
Whenever
I think about DNA, I think about like you like going to bio and be like, take my shit, bitch.
Did you say
fucking yeah.
So okay,
so
like,
one of my shit, bitch.
I can't
fucking
remember.
Take my shit and give me $20.
I can't remember how the quote went or what exactly they were talking about, but there was something said, and I don't know if it was about one of the people investigating him that said that was talking about the something he said or the dating game, the girl who said it, or something that he ended up saying that really gave that feeling of I don't want people to leave, because there's some way that he said about like talked about it. I'm butchering the living fuck out of it. That he showed signs that he actually that things he said was actually like bro, like he had abandonment issues, not really like
sure.
It didn't seem like that, but it totally ties into him just feeling
manifested in such a certain way, and you can tie that back to literally any problem, any serial killer. All you have to do is look at their early childhood and see the major events that happen.
We talk every serial killer we've talked about. I don't think we've talked about one serial killer that hasn't had even the smallest bit of problems that you could say, all right, well, this guy obviously had like one problem. It's a problem a lot of Americans have, but all it takes is the crazy guy.
No, yeah, it's the person that doesn't have the mental capacity to handle it.
Although
this dude had an IQ of 160,
make your brain thinks more. You can't just let shit go.
It's like,
your brain is.
This is gonna get into weird territory, but like, I mean, like you talk about like you kind of think about like people that are that are like a lot of people that are on the spectrum as far as autism goes are fucking absolute geniuses, but they don't have the actual mental capacity to deal with certain traumas, and that drives them to have these like, you know, they freak out or they go berserk and everyone's like, oh, they're fucking crazy. It's like, no, dude, they're actually fucking super smart, but like a part of their brain can't process that shit. So it's like, I wonder if he, in that sense,
obviously
could have been. I mean, obviously he had mental issues, but I'm just saying.
But I think you're right, though. That's what I think with a lot of the killers we talk about. I think that explains it perfectly. Like when we talk about these killers that are obviously really smart, but not necessarily the idea of autism, but the way that your brain works, it's all a spectrum that you could be fucking. You know, like you could be super smart, but it's like your brain isn't functioning at a calm, relaxed level. It is functioning on a very intense, anxious, your brain is meant to think.
It's like you're on
fast.
9 all the time.
Yeah,
on 9 all the time.
You are ready to fucking.
So
freak,
like the
bro.
minute that like this dude was hanging out with all these like chicks or whatever the fuck that he murdered, it's like the minute they're just like, oh, I'm comfortable, I want to leave. It's like, oh, don't do that, and he fucking like. Fucking tries to keep them.
I mean,
you think about it. So he fucking kills them.
You see how hard guys try at bars. Like we've talked about it, guys who have
insane.
Yeah, about guys who have abused and taken women. We've talked about some of the serial killers who have with women just at the bars who they have taken and abducted because they were like, well, this guy is a little much. Like I'm gonna try and leave, and that is what caused them to be like, bro, like you ain't leaving, bitch. Like you think you're gonna leave me?
And there's people fucking like that in our hometown that are like that type of fucking creepy and like that type that like are
yeah, I know a couple.
I know
we
more
all
than a couple.
We all know a couple. We all know like fucking just stay the fuck away.
I know,
and it's fucking.
We know the same person.
I know a couple of psychopaths.
Are you talking
about me? I know some crazy motherfuckers. If you're listening on like Spotify, I'm pointing at AJ and Michael right now.
Jesus Christ!
I love that soundbite.
That was
just kidding.
That was impeccable time. No, but it's there are people that
Bueller tried to call you.
No, he did like 2 hours ago. I don't know what the fuck.
Bueller, if you're still listening, we love you.
Stop on.
Yeah, we love you, baby.
No,
Sorry,
but like dude. No, but I mean that type of creep is like absolutely still very, very much prominent in today's society. Very relevant, and it's in the bar scene, and I don't know.
Social media,
again
the dishwasher. I'm not gonna say from what place of work the dishwasher that would message a lot of the workers, not knowing it was really fucked up and creepy, but would just consistently message. I don't know if you guys.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about. He
You know
doesn't
what I
know
mean?
the name, but he knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy that like that's a very
I don't know what specific name, but I know 4 different people that would fit that profile.
And you can't
but it's
you
so
can't
fucked up.
You can't be nowadays, like you can't get in trouble for being the stalker creep on social media, for liking and commenting on videos. Like you can't get, if you did that in person like the old days, if you were that kind of stalker creep in the old days, you would get, it would be a bigger deal. But nowadays these guys can be,
internet trolls.
No, absolutely. You can find these fucking creeps on Tinder that fucking like that do this same exact thing that this motherfucker did, and like be all nice to you up front, and then the second you meet up with them and go on a date, it's like oh my god. Okay, ladies, like there's PSA, like always have a backup plan.
There's
always have somebody tracking your location.
One story,
because, like, Jesus
one
Christ,
story
man.
about from a sorority, from a friend who I knew a sorority from a certain place. I'm not going to really go into depth, but their sorority banned their girls from using Tinder. Their sorority banned the girls. They said no girl here, none of the girls here are allowed to use Tinder. They said they were like, you have to use Bumble because girls have to message first. They were like,
absolutely.
this is the place where you get to really decide. It's like guys who are trying to get that first lure and can't be there. They said you cannot use Tinder, and I think it's a smart idea, man.
I do too. That's what I downloaded.
I think Tinder.
When I downloaded Bumble, I was just like, women make the first move. I was like, okay, that makes it like
way harder. Just kidding.
No,
that makes it way harder.
Well, I mean,
I had a really good joke. It was really perverted and shit, but I'm pretty sure it's working. I don't know.
I was gonna say, honestly, I was gonna say the contrary. Like, easier for me to like even know that they're interested in like,
right?
Like know that they're interested in worth of shit. Because
that's where I think people who are trying to take advantage think that the high IQ people who think that they get to be the guy who gets to manipulate them with the first sentence that comes out of their mouth. They get to be the guys that say, I'm like, I think that's a very good plan because you know what? Guys on Tinder are probably very creepy. Girls on Tinder are also very fucking weird. I've never had a great experience with girls on Tinder. They have every single girl I've ever had an experience with. Just every single one of them. I'm sorry. Like I'm not the most. I'm not the. I don't look like this guy.
Don't apologize to me.
I usually only go on Tinder and I'll meet up with a girl, go to her house, spend the night and take all the food out of her fridge.
Yeah.
And bring it back to my house.
I started realizing that
all the leftovers and everything is
started,
just like
started
these
realizing.
Cheez-Its are
I just
coming
started
with me.
realizing Grindr is really the only true platform to find true love.
No, I agree. I
mean, friendship.
I mean,
friendship. I mean,
sex.
yes, sex with dudes and friendships.
enter code WRK at Grindr.com. Get 20% off your first purchase.
Dude, I mean, we're looking for sponsors, Grindr. if you're up for it, we're up for it.
We like men.
We are all men all the time.
The man list of men.
Except when we had our episodes with women. But you know what? Like, we're all men all the time.
Is that a new catchphrase?
All men all the time. WRK podcast.
We're all men all the time.
So, what else do we know? Is there, I want to know, is there anything, you said you did deep, is there anything besides that incident with the Cairo, whatever, all that shit? Is there anything else that screams that this guy is tied into something bigger? I feel like the pictures and that killing.
Anything bigger.
I feel like he's just.
the Roman Polanski thing and the Rockefeller fucking estate. Like,
But you know what?
It feels like it should be something bigger.
He's low level though. I mean,
know,
this
but
guy's
how
low
the-
level.
how the fuck did he even get access to dump the body on Rockefeller estate?
Yeah, that's a very true point.
How was he even on that land? Like, how the fuck did he even? I mean, because like it's the Rockefellers, dude. They're like, what are they? The third or fourth richest family in like America. You can't just walk on their property. No, that shit is guarded with like probably snipers at every corner and like
Like we said,
all
man.
that stupid bullshit. Is like, how the fuck was he even there?
I feel like
So
he's a charming guy. You got to get someone who's charming enough to get past the guards. Like he's up there talking to the big fucking buff dude at the gate, and he's like, "Hey man,
you just show him that face, and
you're looking kind of cute, guy. Do you mind if I come in here with my really big suitcase?" He's like,
With
"Well, can I check it?" "Oh man, you're looking so pretty right now, dude. I just want to kiss you, man." And he's like, "Oh, just
I'm
go
bringing
in."
in a really heavy garbage bag. Can I use your dumpster?
So his initial death sentence was disputed. I don't know.
It was. I don't. Did you read into it? I read a little bit about it, but I didn't quite. The words are very, very past my IQ level. Yes, very legal, very legally said, and my IQ is not smart enough. But not smart enough to understand.
Right.
But his first death sentence was removed.
Wait, are you saying? Okay, hold on a second. This motherfucker had more than one death sentence.
He said 3.
Oh my god.
There's a lot. But okay, so what happened with the one? I was hoping when you said this was another thing that I wanted to know was why something about the way that he got out of it.
His first one was because the jurors were told about his previous crimes of sexual misconduct.
Yeah, like they knew about it, but something.
How the fuck did they not?
No,
It's weird. I love this. I don't love this, but I love this. It's fucking stupid, but I love it.
It's fucking crazier. So the second time, I think it was 1986, his death sentence was suspended because they thought one of the jurors was hypnotized.
They said hypnotized by the cops.
Are you fucking shitting me?
No, it's
Damn.
Like that was in a court transcript.
in legal records.
Are you shitting me?
I think one of the
100% in legal records, one of the jurors was quote unquote hypnotized.
by the cops is
It happens.
Okay, so
MK Ultra, brother.
if she was hypnotized, okay, so
That's way different.
if they were hypnotized by the cops, wouldn't like hypnotized by the cops in favor of him being guilty or in favor of him being innocent?
Him being guilty,
Him being
obviously.
guilty, like they were like, oh, like
You're gonna argue that. You're gonna argue that
this
the
motherfucker-
fucking.
So it's like
You're gonna argue that you're.
This motherfucker was tied to the Rockefellers, dude. Like,
so yeah, like out of all the people that are like, yo, this guy definitely killed the guy, but then they're like, well, this last guy, yeah, he's also saying that he was guilty, but like, dude, like he was hypnotized by the cops.
Fucking
Dude, what if there was
shady shit.
What if there was somebody in the fucking courtroom in the back
With a
fucking-
pendulum, like, standing? Maybe
when I
that'd be
snap my fingers, you will say he's
dude.
guilty.
Think about that. If
Lady
lawyers could
Justice
plant people, think about that. If
That's
lawyers
so
could like
horseshit.
plant people
Yeah.
in the back just to be stupid and holding a pendulum, and they're like, "Oh, look, they're hypnotizing the jury. Oh my god, this has to be thrown out." And literally, it worked. And they're like, "Well, this guy obviously was maybe hypnotized." So
Well, we're in 1986.
Okay, so hold on a second here. Okay, so this was like this. Okay, what year did this trial take place?
86, I think.
Okay, 86. When
would have
there
made
was-
him 45, 43, I think.
So
maybe
it was
40
80. It
something
was
like that.
mid 40s.
86 when the trial went through, where there was a suspected juror that was hypnotized by the cops. Okay, so how many trials were before this?
I don't
Because,
remember what
like,
trial that was.
Dude, at that point, if you're a judge,
Well,
it's
11
just like,
murders.
one of the
Well, the thing is they stopped trying him for murder because he had already received the death penalty in California, which is very fucking hard to do in California.
yeah, because I
Right.
mean, they don't.
Yeah.
We don't
But-
like to
but-
kill
but he got-
people.
he got-
If you get the death penalty in Cali,
But
you've done fucked
really
up.
wrong. Yeah,
Just
Texas,
But-
Texas,
but-
you have a speeding
Wait,
ticket.
wait,
They're like, "No, you're a
guys,
fucking
guys,
traitor."
guys, boys, guys, cute boys.
I identify
Better
as
The-
looking
female.
than that guy.
The thing is that he got the death penalty for one murder in California, which is super unnormal.
It had been a brutal murder then.
It was the murder of
Was this
Uh,
Cornelia
s-
Crilley?
no, it was Samoa.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. So that was the
Uh,
last murder that he had.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the only one that he was convicted of
Right.
at the time, but he got the death
Jesus
penalty
fucking
for it.
Christ.
And so he literally claimed he sued the California state government because he took a slip and fall in jail. He was like mopping the floor and slipped and fell. He sued the California state government for that. He sued them for fucking not giving a low fat diet in prison.
I hate when that happens.
I'd be pissed too if I got thrown into prison. I'd be mad if I was.
If I'm in
getting
prison and I ask for low fat yogurt and you give me regular yogurt, I'm gonna fucking kill
I'm
you.
gonna throw a fit.
I'm gonna fucking.
I'm gonna kill.
lose my
I'm gonna
goddamn
kill
mind.
myself, man.
Lay down on the ground and start screaming and pounding my fist.
I'm gonna grab my toothpick, my toothbrush shiv.
I'm gonna tunnel my way out of here like Andy Dufresne.
Yeah.
Fucking MacGyver my way out of this bitch because that's just absurd. You give me my low fat yogurt, okay?
Did what like so that was so I'm still was his trial the one that I don't quite remember, the one with the hypnotist or the cops hypnotized him, was that
They were
his
hypnotized.
which trial was that though, because there was
The
multiple
second
trials. That was
or second trial.
Second trial, and
Okay.
this was for the murder of who?
But does that
Samoa?
does that
Okay,
also
so that
not
was the last
so
victim
that's
that
what
he had.
that's another thing I knew like I didn't know because there was like
That's
wasn't
his
there
only
3 trials?
Original conviction.
AJ, wasn't there 3
Shit.
trials total? Or was it 2?
He got tried twice in California and once in New York.
Who was the New York one? It was the New York one for
It was the first chick,
the Ellen Hoover.
Ellen Hoover, I
Yeah,
think.
and that was the
Okay,
one
but-
where I said earlier where she was the godmother
Bro,
of,
if you
Sammy Davis Jr.
are tried for murder once and then you get tried for murder a second time, I know you said that they were like
He had
already
3
convicted for
trials.
death penalty that they kind of gave up, but I mean think of the level of people that are behind you to be able to convince that like you obviously have people watching your back if they're able to
Right.
somehow come up with the theory that the cops hypnotized one of the jurors or something. Like you have people behind you helping you out.
Right. That's why, and that's, dude, I'm gonna fucking go back to it again. It's like that's why I think it seems it's fishy that held up in court as like a statue of like, hey, we're gonna have to throw out this case because we think a juror was hypnotized. But like, I mean,
What a stupid
but you
reason!
look, I know, but like you look back at like, I swear to God,
I thought
with
at
Roman
that time,
Polanski and
Bro,
like the Rockefellers.
I thought
and everything like
back
that,
then in
dude,
that
what
day
the
they
fuck?
burned witches that could like hypnotize people. I thought they would have like a
If
Salem
you
witch
flood in
trial and
water, you're
everything.
fucking
You know,
done, dude.
It's fucking. Oh, it's insane. Like how the
It's
how the
crazy.
fuck was he not?
Oh, hello, Emma. Thank you for joining us. You missed the whole conversation about Donkey Kong, but whatever. I'll fill you in.
You're at the end of the show.
I'll
here.
fill you in later. Well, I'll fill you in on the Donkey Kong later.
But yeah, it's just like the idea that New York and LA are not meeting together is so fucking like on the underworld side of it.
Which is weird
Is-
because they seem like they'd be the same fucking thing at this point.
Big shit. I mean, shit.
Big,
I mean,
But it's
liberal
like a
city,
fucking lock and a key, brother.
I mean, that's
Like,
back in the
it's
days
so
of
fucking
that's
crazy.
back in the days of like mobs and shit.
It's,
Like shit
it's
didn't
still
run.
it's still in today though.
Is
the way that like shit works out in LA and fucking New York.
right. Hollywood's still.
You got
fucked up.
gangs, you got mobs, you got people that control shit that you think government controls all of it, but it's like, man, you got so many different parties that control everything. One party cannot simply control the whole nation. There's too many moving parts to control everything.
Yeah.
You work in your group and make sure you're one of the top groups like our government has, but you can't control everything, man. There's I believe in my mind there's too many moving parts to control everything. They just hope that in controlling what they want, they don't get caught. And now they're getting caught. So
So I just have one last question to ask. Like,
Go for it.
who does his hair?
Is it? Yeah. Who's this fucking hairstylist? I just want to get mine done. The same
We
way.
all have very
No,
natty hair.
is this fucking piece of shit still alive today?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 75 or something.
No
Yeah.
shit. I mean, I'd imagine he's
all
still in
kicking.
prison.
Yeah. Oh, he's in prison.
Dude,
yeah.
okay.
On death row in
Fuck.
California, you just sit there your whole life.
They never just. They
No,
just
they don't kill
No,
anybody.
they don't kill you
No
in
shit.
California.
They
just-
say you're on death row. but-
it's life sentence without being like, oh, you serve life. It's you get the death sentence.
yeah,
So he just
Yeah.
like is in prison for the rest of his life until he dies.
pretty much.
Well, for the last 40 years of his life, yeah.
You know what? I literally I do appreciate that more as a punishment as opposed to just literally
Oh,
getting
no.
the easy way out.
I think
Like, you're
I think
you're
I
convicted
think
3 days later.
I think
you're
people
dead.
to
No,
the death
fuck you,
penalty,
no. Sit
they
in this
should be-
box and rot with your fucking.
they
brain.
should be forced to build
Nope.
railroads all the live long day.
I'm down with that.
well,
And,
Hard
uh,
labor.
well, this guy's first crime was sexually assaulting
An
an
8-year-old.
8-year-old. And his,
should've been-
and his last
Yeah.
crime was raping a 12-year-old.
Should have
He
been
should have
killed.
been
with over 900
Should have been put
pictures.
in a fucking
Over
wood
a
chipper.
thousand
I think
pictures.
you should be castrated
That's
and
literally
fucking
what I was
thrown
gonna
in a
say.
box.
Yep.
And fuck no, put
Boil
in a wood
him-
chipper.
Like
dude.
boil
you
him in
guys,
water.
we talk about it somewhat frequently. The box from The Longest Yard.
Oh, the hot
Yeah,
dogs.
yeah.
Where they throw Adam Sandler.
Okay, we
in
talked
it.
about that last
you-
episode,
No,
you-
that
but
shit exists though. It's I mean like isolation, like that shit still exists in the prison systems today.
But what if-
Oh, we
what
did
if-
talk about it last
we
episode.
did
when
talk
were
about it
talking
last episode.
Hunger Games. They
But
get to
that's
live
what I'm
they get-
saying. Hunger Games style.
Winner gets
Throw
to
this.
live in the box.
Yeah, we said that. We were like, okay, if you were the winner of the Hunger Games, then you get to go live in the box and just live. That's your home.
Yes, I
Yep.
would like this guy to fucking
Throw him in the wood chipper.
yeah 100% castrated first.
feet first, so he can watch his entire body disintegrate.
Is there like a
This is-
low grade? You can, like, can you turn it on low so it just goes really like slow?
I've never
Oh,
used
yeah.
one before.
Or like put him in like a
Dylan, don't leave. We're about to end the episode.
put him in like a fucking compressor for like
yeah,
cardboard
I've
boxes.
said
like a
Hunger
fucking
Games style
trailer or some
It's
shit.
the way it needs to
God
go.
damn.
We can end it there. Hunger Games style is what we need to do with everyone like this.
Yo, bottom line, fuck this piece of shit. Obviously.
Basically,
Jesus
what we're
Christ.
saying is this guy's a fucking bag of garbage.
Oh my god.
Maybe garbage.
Big garbage.
Big
Great looking,
bag of garbage.
great looking guy, but what a piece of shit. And guys, just fucking be careful out there because you never know who is going to be a psychopath that majored in film, wants to take pictures of you, and then murders your corpse, and
Especially
fucks it.
naked.
Especially naked. So be careful with those boudoir shoots with all those men that you think are trusting, and just stay safe out there.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
Me too.
Jesus Christ, I had myself in the day with a bottle of beer. God damn.
You got some on the dog too.
Yeah, I know. She ran off.
So my final statement too is I said I was going to come back to this at the end of the show. Now knowing what this guy has done, would you guys swallow the cum of this man from the dad to save all of those women?
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this: if he was on a strict diet of
Hit
pineapple,
me in the dick with a beer.
I would swallow not only one load by this man's father, but I would swallow 3 just to make
Just
sure.
to make sure.
Just to make sure.
We're doing this to save people, okay?
We're saving lives out here.
I'm
We're
gonna
swallowing dicks just to make sure.
I'm
serial
a quitter,
killers don't
not a
exist.
spitter. So yeah.
I mean, you don't have to swallow. I mean, I guess you could really just take
You
it and
could
throw
spit.
up. You
As
can
long as
throw
he doesn't
up.
come in your bussy, you're fucking fine.
Yeah, as long as you don't get pregnant and give birth to this handsome guy. What a man.
Swallow.
What a man.
everybody-
Not a great man. Not even a good man. Let's call him a bad man. But what a man.
Bad man.
Moral of the story: swallow more coon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Or spit.
fuck.
Spit or swallow.
If you made it to this point in the show, make sure you follow us on Twitter at WKPod, on Instagram at WKPodcast. And if you need links to either of those, it's on WKPodcast.com. And yeah, there you'll find patreon.com/WKPod. And yeah, I don't know.
hit us up.
We got our boy at Aleo _ on Twitter with us tonight.
Follow me. I post a bunch of sad shit all the time. So if you like to be sad and you like to be angsty, go ahead and give me a follow. If not, stay the fuck away because that's all we're on right now.
Yeah, we will
Thanks
catch you.
for letting me on.
Yeah, we will catch you guys next week, and it'll be fun. Hopefully,
It'll blow your mind.
At the Lost City of
Blow your
Atlantis,
load. It'll blow your fucking mind and load into your mind.
and you guys will be blown. I guess.
Everyone wants to be blown.
Everyone's
Everybody
saying
wants to
they're
be
getting blown. I'm just like, you're getting blown. You want the blowjob? We're getting
Everybody
blowjobs.
look under your chairs. You're getting blown. And you're getting blown.
It's a free blowjob.
You're getting blown from our penis cavities.
When did that happen? What beer were you drinking? Don't forget to bring the towel. Don't forget to bring the towel.
You know, I'm so tired. I gotta fucking head out, guys.
Good luck.
See you guys later.
Good meeting you, man. Good to meet you too.
Hell yeah.
Later.
Guess what was I drinking? Is that what you?
Yeah, we'll